you saying? No bed, no bed.
A little example. If you take Merce and price boost him, voila, you got Tomo. And if you super boost Tomo, you get Champagne Charlie. You cheeky kid. What a way to kick off the football season. Sky Bet.
Thanks, buddy Bing. Oh, no, have you got the... I need the plug.
Oh, the plug as well.
Yeah, please. But just the plug is what I need. Thank you, sorry. We got there.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Talk Radio. For those about to talk, we salute you.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Talk Radio. On the hour news headlines.
Good evening, I'm David Dom. Metropolitan Police says it has obtained a warrant to hold the 29-year-old man arrested on suspicion of terror offences and attempted murder after a crash in Westminster until Monday.
Right, third time lucky.
Do you know what? That's perfect. Do you know what? I will have Alan tonight, because... Thank you.
Of Sudan. Talk Radio's political editor Ross Kempsell told us the latest of what's known about the suspect.
He is said to have lived in a first-floor flat in the Sparkbrook district of Birmingham until he moved out of that flat about 4 months ago. Residents there who have been speaking to the media today have described him as a quiet man who frequently visited an internet cafe which is on the city's Stratford Road.
England international Danny Cipriani has been charged over an incident at a nightclub in Jersey. He was arrested in the early hours of this morning. Talk Radio's Danielle Jałwiecka has more.
Police have told us the 30-year-old rugby player has been charged with common assault, larceny, which is the equivalent of theft in the UK, assault on police, resisting arrest and being disorderly on licensed premises. He's due to appear before magistrates in St Helier at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Gloucester Rugby say they're aware of the incident and will make an announcement in due course.
A state of emergency in Italy after the Genoa motorway bridge collapse will last for a year. 39 people are known to have died and more than 600 people who live under or near the structure have been evacuated. Ivan Pesci works in a factory below and the building next to it was destroyed.
I consider myself more than lucky because had I passed by 5 minutes later, I wouldn't be here talking about it. I walked under it every day, twice a day. Like everyone here in Genoa.
Around 4 in 10 train fares across Britain will rise by up to 3.2% next year. Long-distance rail commuters could see £100 added to the cost of their season ticket. And Superdrug insists all customers having high street Botox at its stores will have a full clinical consultation first. Doctors claim the retailer's plan trivialises the risks of filler treatments. And the weather, tomorrow will see a rainy start for many in England and Wales. It'll then feel fresher with some sunny spells.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have...
I like having the click on. I forgot to bring my laptop today. What the hell is going on? For the first time ever, I forgot to bring my laptop with me. So we're flying naked tonight, guys. There's no funny sound effects. There's no quirky YouTube bits. It's just me and my iPod, which is running out of battery. Big announcement coming up on the show tonight. Very big announcement. It's sad. Well, it could be perceived by some as sad news, but trust me, it's great news. I'll go into it later on, but we are losing a member of the team to be replaced by a new member of the team, who I think you will certainly have a lot more affection for than the member of the team that we're losing, who, if I'm honest, has become an irritant and doesn't fit in with Talk Radio's kind of more masculine, male-driven agenda. More on that in a bit, dear listener, more on that. Oh, and by the way, so loads of you have been complaining for the last 6 weeks that the internet, that if you're listening online via the app or via TuneIn or Radioplayer, that from about 11 to 1, when the show starts really hotting up, that the internet feed fails you. I blame the evil cabal of Duncan Bucks and Ian Collins. Those two men would sink. Those two men would sink to very low depths to try and steal some of my audience. This is the most listened to late night radio show anywhere in the country. So if that happens, it works if you go to youtube.com/Iain Lee and look for the live feed. You can kind of hear it there because it's through headphones and so you can still hear it. So if it drops out, and may God bless all of you for your patience, and go to youtube.com/Iain Lee, subscribe, and you will be absolutely fine. Let's go to Kate. Good evening, Kate.
Hello, Ian. My name's Kate.
I know. That's why I said it twice.
I know you did, Jason.
I'm gonna hang on a minute.
Okay.
Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Using my iPod. I'm gonna find. I haven't got it in my iPod. I was gonna play the Ben Folds 5 song, Kate. Do you know that?
I don't actually, but I think I've heard some of his stuff. Did he do one with Rufus Wainwright?
Yeah, well, I'm going to say yes, but but specifically he does a song called Kate. Kate!
Oh,
she
nice.
lives on an apartment on the 45th floor. She makes me gonna go, and I want it some more. It's Kate! Dum Kate! And there's boogie woogie piano. We could have had Ben Folds on the show a few weeks ago, but we didn't. Can I just say, right?
Yeah.
I had an email yesterday saying that not Catherine, and I'll explain why not Catherine in a bit, but saying that I have been granted an interview, face to face, not on the phone, with the biggest star ever on this show, right? Ever. And we've had members of the Beach Boys, we've had huge stars on this show. But some people go, oh, Ian's guests, I don't like that guest, they're too obscure, whoa. This guest, and I'm not saying who it is, because I don't want Johnny Seifert to steal that guest like he did with Belinda Carlisle.
Outrageous.
I don't want Johnny Seifert, who works here, and I use that term very loosely, he stole Belinda Carlisle was coming on this show, and then she didn't, she went on another show. So I'm not saying the name of this guest, but trust me, everybody likes this guest. He is one of the biggest movie stars in the world. And that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
I reckon I know who it is.
Oh, what, from that?
Yeah, I think so.
Go on, say who, and if you're right, I'm going to dump you.
Do they... I've never phoned you before.
Yeah.
So please don't dump me, because I've never spoken on radio before.
I'll keep you on the air, but if you say the name, I'll press the dump button so that only I hear it. No, say the name. Who?
Can I give you a clue? That's what I think it is.
Yeah, go on.
Have they bought a house near Winchester? Do they live quite near Winchester?
Give me another clue.
Do they drink in Hartley Wintney near Fleet in a pub?
Give me another clue.
Do they play in a band?
Give me another clue.
Yeah. Did they...
Say their name.
Does it begin with a J?
Does it? Yeah, it does.
I
should have dumped it. Have they... I didn't know that they bought a house over here.
Yeah, because they drink quite near to where... Well, kind of near where I live. And I hear that they go drinking...
Right, hang on a minute. Take this call off air. I'm going to come and talk to you... No, I'm going to come and talk to you off air. Let me just play something at random on my iPod. Hang on, let me just play something completely at random. Because I've got to go on... Okay, turn my microphone off. I'm coming to talk to her. Okay, we can... I spoke to Kate off air, and Kate, no, it's not Johnny Depp.
Okay, fine.
I would say because Johnny Depp divides people, because some people think he's violent towards women. I don't know the ins and outs. I've known people who've worked with him and say he's a nice guy, but because of the stories about him, he would divide people. Let me just say, the person that I am supposedly meeting later in a couple of months, everybody likes him. Everybody likes him.
Okay. Is he quite funny, and does he do little sort of does he sing in a kind of odd way? And he's quite big.
Right, hang on a minute. I'm going to play this song again. I'm going to come and speak. Okay, you're clutching at straws, Kate. No.
Yeah, okay, forget it. Move on. Right, I'm ringing up, Ian, because I have been listening to you for a long time.
Yeah.
And in fact, I was listening to you during the Pradeep era.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Remember the Pradeep?
I can't do one now because I'm out of breath from jogging to the booth and back again. I'm out of breath.
Yeah.
Wow.
And those are the days, because I remember working from home in those days.
Yeah.
And you were on late morning, and you'd have a pizza delivered most days at lunchtime, and you talk about what you were having with your pizza. Do you remember those days?
Hang on, late morning?
Was it late morning? I'm sure it was during the day. I mean, I was drinking a lot in those days, so
Me? No, I wasn't drinking in those days.
No, I was.
Oh, good for you.
So I don't... Well, not really good for me, but...
Have you stopped now?
Yeah, long time ago.
Good.
I
stopped and I started again, but it wasn't drinking, it was drugs. But I stopped, but then I stopped again.
Yeah, good.
But I wasn't on late mornings, I don't...
LBC 2005. I was trying to remember the way home, because I've been thinking today that I need to stop you, because I'm worried about this stroke Ouija board stuff.
Oh, the Ouija board arrived today! No. I forgot to bring it in. The Ouija board arrived today, but here's the thing. It's tiny, Kate. It's a tiny Ouija board. I'm only going to get the ghosts of children.
Oh, God. Okay, right, this is what I'm meaning to talk about.
Okay, go on.
Because I was feeling actually quite concerned about it today.
I never did late mornings. I did drive time.
Domino's pizza.
I want to get Domino's pizza in the morning. Even I'm not that insane.
I did it at lunchtime.
No, I wasn't on at lunchtime.
I wasn't drinking in the daytime anyway, so...
I wasn't on air in the daytime. I was on at drive time, but I only got Domino's pizza like once or twice. I think you were just listening to a cassette.
You talked about it a lot. I mean, mate, I like Domino's pizza as well, so I think I connected with it, with the pizza.
I ordered pizza from that restaurant chain the other day when my kids were over, and I forgot to add the potato wedges to my basket, so there was no potato wedges with it.
Yeah.
Oh, what a waste of life.
Yeah.
But the Ouija board is tiny. I'm going to bring it...
You would have done it enough to remember the wedges.
I'm going to bring it in... I was doing it on my computer, not on the app. I'm going to bring the Ouija board in tomorrow, but honestly, it is a tiny, tiny Ouija board. I'm tempted to buy a second one and sellotape them together.
Okay, right. So what I'm ringing up about is spirits. Now, I don't... Because I listen to you... I have emailed you as well in the past. Yeah. I don't know if you remember me, probably don't. Bumped into you once in the shop. Again, you probably don't remember.
You bumped into me in a shop?
Yeah, in a record shop, yeah.
No, in Tower Records in Camden.
You think it wasn't Camden, I think it was Tottenham Court Road.
Well, but you think I was on the air in the daytime, so
Yeah, exactly. You could have been anywhere.
My recollection of life is better than yours.
Possibly, but then you had your own thing going on, so...
Yeah, that's true, man. That's true. The little bit of the old synapses have been burnt. But did you tweet me, Reed? I get confused. Did you tweet me?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, well, okay.
Not tweet, but I did email you, but then I got moved.
But you did, I asked specifically tweet, and you said yes. But
I didn't tweet you.
Okay. Okay.
Then I just got a bit like, oh my God, he thinks I'm mental. But anyway, when you talk on the radio, I do often connect with it, and I think, I've got to contact him, and then I think, actually, I don't know him.
Yes.
But I think that's what's good about you. You do connect with people. That's what you're doing, which is good, isn't it?
Right.
So for a long time I didn't listen to you, and I'm listening to you again. But I listen to you on my commute to work.
Yeah.
Which is about an hour in the car each way, and I do it 3 days a week. So if you added up those hours,
yes,
I only managed to listen to a little bit of your weekly output, but I missed quite a lot of it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I only listened to maybe a few hours a week.
What are you trying to say to me?
Well, because I don't know about your sort of spiritual leanings. I don't know...
Hang on a minute. Dredge is on the line. Good evening, Dredge.
I've got spiritual leanings just slightly to the left.
Dredge is coming to the séance with me, the Ouija board.
No, you're not doing it.
Sorry?
We should be coming. I don't think you should be doing
Dredge,
that.
I've got my mum on the phone.
You got your mum on the phone?
Kate
She's
thinks...
alive.
Yeah.
Kate thinks that we should not be messing with a crappy little bit of wood that I got sent.
Yeah.
It's tiny, this Ouija board, Dredge.
No, I want to talk about spirits, okay? That's what I'm ringing up about.
Okay, yes.
Okay, so I want to tell you... Yeah, okay, fine. You can do all those jokes.
Do all the jokes, Dredge, for goodness sakes, but do them... Do them...
out of the way.
All right, hang on.
Get on with it.
Hang on, let's do them and get them out of the way. Go on, Dredge.
Well, she said something about spirits.
Yeah.
So then I continued with my line, which was, I don't drink.
Okay, well, hang on a minute. If we're talking about spirits, can we try and keep this on the level?
Oh, yeah.
Hey!
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think that's, is that all of them?
I think we're done, Kate. Yeah, go on.
What was the... Oh, there was another joke, wasn't there, about... I had
No.
on my spirit... Anyway, whatever. Okay, so...
I just hope we can get... I just hope
spirit.
we can reach a happy medium.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. There was one on... I'm on the Tim Vine joke group on Facebook.
Yeah.
There was one about... I got a small medium... I caught a small medium at large the other day. That's quite good.
Oh, that is quite good, because that's the three sizes.
Exactly.
I phoned up a radio show once and asked Spike Milligan
Wow.
what his favourite medium was, and he said, I forget her name. And now you can continue.
Okay, that wasn't the... We should have... Didn't need that. That's just... Anyway, Kate, yes. So you want to come to the séance with me?
I'll come and I'll stop you doing it. Which I'm coming on to it. Okay, right. Because I don't know what you're... Because I've rung up for two... Well, actually, I've rung up for three reasons.
Okay.
Because I haven't spoken to you before, so I thought I'd try and get it all out in one go.
We spoke in the
You're
record
making
shop.
up for it. You're making up for it now, though.
We didn't speak in the record shop. I saw you in the record shop and then I ran away.
Oh, I spoke to the woman in the Camden Tower Records.
Yeah, it's someone else.
Okay. All right. Okay. Fine.
Fine. So, okay. So, reason number 3 for ringing up. I'm going to get out of the way now.
Okay. So this is effective. This is effectively reason number 1. Then, if you're doing it first.
We can do it now. I just want to get out of the way quickly.
But if you're doing it first, then it's reason number 1.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Can we go back to drive time show, because
Yeah.
I left at 7 o'clock this morning. I'm knackered.
Yeah.
Can I say that? Yeah.
Okay.
Knackered.
Well, do you know what?
Eamon, Mum, just let me finish.
Sorry.
You were talking about how you want women to phone up.
Well, that was ages ago. That was
I know, but I caught that show.
That was like a year ago. Then I went on the Jungle and I became a fanny magnet.
Yeah.
Did I just say that word out loud? That's an awful word. I take that back. That was offensive.
Yeah,
that was offensive to
I know, but
everybody.
You do that every now and then.
I do. I like to see if I dare myself to say something outrageous.
Yeah, okay. Well, I might dare
I will go back to drive time because Eamon stay-at-homes is hardly in, so I might as well just rock up and join the queue of people waiting to fill in for him.
Yeah, I saw him at an airport a few weeks ago.
Yeah, running away from his responsibilities at this radio station.
Sorry, is this still reason number 1?
This is it's number 3, but we're calling it number 1.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, yeah.
So number 2, okay, so number 2.
Dread.
Yeah, we're going to go to number 2, which was originally number 1, but I've moved it.
Okay.
Number 2. So this is, okay, so my late-great-grandfather was a quasi-famous spiritualist.
Ooh, was he really?
Yes, he was. In fact, so famous that the Beatles wrote to him during their Sgt. Pepper phase. And I think one of my mum's little jokes is that she only went out with my dad so she would meet the Beatles.
Hang on, I thought you said Sgt. Pepper, but now you're saying it was Meet the Beatles. Which album was it?
Well, it wasn't that.
I'm just doing some very, very high quality Beatles jokes for Beatles fans.
Anyway, my late grandfather.
For American
I don't get it.
For American Beatles fans. In America, the Beatles had an album called Meet the Beatles.
Oh, very good. Okay, yeah, but she didn't know about that. That would have added to the joke.
Okay. What? Tell me about the séance!
With my mum's stories, you have to take them with a pinch of salt because they're not always in the right order. So I don't know. If I look back at the year of Sgt. Pepper, it won't be the year that my mum met my dad.
Okay.
It's always a bit mixed up.
Yes.
But anyway...
Please get to the point.
Is this still reason number 1? Sorry.
No. Shut up, Dredge! Let the woman speak!
Okay, I've nearly finished this bit. So he had a house in Glastonbury, quite a famous house. It's a retreat now. He made it a retreat. He turned it into a charity. It's very nice of him. And I went there to stay with my friend about 2004-ish.
Yeah.
During my drinking days, but you weren't allowed to take alcohol into the house, which was probably a good thing. So there's no alcohol in the house.
No!
No, and only no meat. I had to take vegetarian food in. And I remember, let me just quickly tell you a story, because this is what I wanted to ring you up to talk to you about. And I'm always been a bit sceptical about things, but this absolutely happened. We walked into the room at the retreat house. We were on the top floor. I was looking out the window. My best friend, Sophie, come with me. She went to the loo. Looking out the window, thinking, what a sweet garden.
Yes.
There was somebody right behind me.
Right.
I could feel them.
The people on YouTube, if this was a democracy, which it isn't, people on YouTube, so get stuffed. If this was a democracy, you'd have been off like 5 minutes ago, Kate.
It's not though, is it?
No, it's not.
You want to hear that? I'm nearly there now.
Please get to the point of the call. I'm 10 minutes late for the adverts.
Oh, you're joking.
No!
The next day,
we
bumped into a woman
Yes.
who I'd met a few years before there who happened to remember me. She said to me, how's your late this is the money, this is the bit, right?
Dredge, shut up! Because if you keep interrupting her, then this call goes on longer and longer!
She said, has your late great-grandfather made himself known to you yet? I said, I don't think so, but I feel very comfortable here. She said to me, watch out for him, because he likes to breathe on people's necks.
Right. That's great. Ghosts aren't real, Kate.
They are. Spirits are real.
Okay, thanks.
And you need to be careful.
Okay, thanks for your call.
I haven't got to number 3.
Oh, well, let's do it tomorrow, because that was going on forever. Dredge, stay there, we'll come to you in a bit. 03444991000, the late night alternative on Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
Digital
debate for the UK.
Pick up your phone and talk radio.
We'll get you talking. It's time. Time to join the millions of people that meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. With stunning HD video, crisp audio, and instant wireless sharing across any mobile, tablet, or desktop device. But the best thing about Zoom? It just works. So ditch the distractions, join the movement, and meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Visit zoom.us to set up your free account today. That's zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
Camera. Alarm clock. Matchmaker. Sometimes you wonder why we still call them phones. However you use yours, Tesco Mobile offer a host of products and services that put you back in control. Now shh, I'm binge watching. Visit us in store or go online to find out more. Tesco Mobile. Every little helps.
Requires Tesco Mobile or unlocked phone. Standard UK landline and mobiles. Home from home destinations. UK residents 18+. Purchase required. Subject to status. T's and C's at tescomobile.com/terms.
Alarm clock screams. Bleary eyes. Step outside. All quiet. 15 bags. One small hatchback. Try not to wake the neighbours. Kids stir as we lift them in. Faces crease from pillows. Pull out into empty roads. Golden arches. Coffee and bagels for the journey.
Over 600 McDonald's open 24 hours. We are awake.
For the next week, the Super Boost window is open wide. We were taking our price boost and super boosting it. Here's a little example. If you take Merce and price boost him, voila, you got Tomo. And if you super boost Tomo, you get Champagne Charlie. You cheeky git. What a way to kick off the football season. Sky Bet, that's betting better.
18+, begambleaware.org. Max stake varies. See bet slip for details. Odds may be subject to change. Eligibility.
I'm using the studio computer, which is
Kick off your slippers. Don't go to bed. The party is just starting.
You can sleep when you're dead. The late night alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Sad news coming up. Well, it's not sad news. It's the circle of life. A member of the team is leaving. A new member is joining us. We'll get onto that a bit later on. But first of all, it's Dredge.
Hello. So yeah, I was looking up online top tips.
What? What were you looking up online? What? What?
Tips.
So what are you looking up online? You dirty bugger! What?
Top tips for seances.
I'm so sorry. Top tips. I do apologise.
Top tips for seances, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've just got 3 here that I think,
Okay, let's have it.
You should bear in mind.
Honestly, this Ouija board, I didn't even open the box, right? The box came, from Amazon, and it was so tiny, I thought, oh God, is that the Ouija? I couldn't even be bothered to get it out. It's like, it's the size of like a Nintendo, DS.
Who designed it? It's MB Games.
Waddington's own the copyright to it.
Oh, brilliant. Well, that's the first tip, is like, make sure you have the right equipment.
Okay, I've got a Ouija board and a planchette.
There we are.
Yeah.
Number 2, right, have everyone turn off their electronic devices. That's what it said.
Yeah, okay, that's happening, of course. That's only manners when you go into somebody's house.
Well, yes.
That's manners. And shoes off, please. Shoes off.
It also says you should visit the restroom before the séance.
In case you cack your pants.
Have you got a restroom?
I've got a restful room.
Well, you could go in there.
Yeah, and rest.
And finally...
No, this is number 4. You said 3. You're as bad as Kate.
No, I'm not.
You've done 4. Turn off your electrical devices, take your shoes off, and go to the restroom.
That was your one, take your shoes
Shut
off.
your face.
This is the most important one.
Yes, sir.
Don't be rude to the ghosts.
Okay.
I mean, if they've taken the time to come through, at least be civil.
Okay. Well, I'm going to... So don't
do anything to scare them off.
Don't speak to them in the way that I speak to callers who accuse me of being a paedophile. What if a ghost accuses me of being a paedophile? Like that guy did yesterday, the obnoxious man.
Well, I guess some of those ghosts, can be idiots, like your callers.
Dredge, you're doing a show tomorrow night in London at 6:30 in Camden. I'm going to try and come, but if I don't come, don't get upset. It just means I couldn't be bothered to leave the farm. I had to, I had a very sad day today. I had to shoot a cow.
You had to shoot a cow?
Yes, I did, mate.
What, out of a cannon? Oh.
I had to shoot one of my... I'm now down to 1,499 cattle. I had to shoot a cow because it went on a rampage and in a post office, and so I had to shoot a cow in a post office in the village. It was bloody carnage. I'm swearing, and I'm also being descriptive. So today was a hard day on the farm. It was my first really tough, emotional day. I love that cow. So if I don't come tomorrow at 6:30, where is this, please?
Camden Head.
Okay. If I'm not there, then just get over it. Man up, Snowflake, okay? Man up. All right?
I understand.
Okay, I'm going to cut you off now. There we go. Let's go to Mel. Hello, Mel.
Hi, Ian.
Hello. Is that Mel?
It's Mel.
Hello, Mel. How you doing, Mel? I know. I've got to declare an interest. I know Mel. I've worked with Mel on what was, I think, probably...
No, it's not Mel. I'm just normal Mel, I'm afraid.
Well, I don't even know who you are. How dare you impersonate? How dare you impersonate someone and also, you're a sucker. You should have carried that on.
I could have done. I didn't think.
You sound a bit adenoidally, and she also sounds adenoidally.
That's very nice to know, thank you.
They should... what are you, 37, 35?
Oh, I'm actually 44.
Shut the front door! Wow, you're old. You're from my generation, and I would say if we were a couple of years older, we would have had our tonsils and our adenoids removed because they were.
We'd have done.
That was all the rage, and I remember I was all set to get my tonsils and my adenoids removed. And then they kind of just stopped doing it. They would do it de rigueur to kids. This is the 70s were weird, man.
Funny you should say that. I was supposed to have mine taken out quite a few times.
Yeah.
My dad was in the army, and every time they were going to take them out,
he shot them.
Moved again.
He dug a trench. I can hear you've got them.
I think you shot a cow as well.
Wow. I can hear your adenoids flapping around in your nose. But this was the thing, in the 70s, everyone was going to have their adenoids. It's the same, people of, like, my mum's generation, sort of in their mid-60s upwards, have got the 2 teeth on the top of their mouths about 1, 2, 3, 4, about the 5 teeth back, they're all removed. If you see someone who's in their 60s and they do a big smile, they've got 2 teeth missing at the side. And that was because it was the fashion to have your teeth taken out.
Lovely.
The world is such a better place, despite ISIS and Trump and Corbyn and all of those. But despite every effort they do to darken this world, it's so much better. Anyway, Mel, what would you like to say?
Well, without sounding offensive, and it does sound really horrible, but I do think that you handled your first caller very well. She was a little bit boring.
Wow, now come on! I enjoyed Kate's call.
Sorry, I am sorry.
I enjoyed Kate's call. I thought she was an excellent... It was her first call. Apparently she saw me in a record shop once. Great news. She was trying to save my soul, Mel, whereas you were pretending to be someone I worked with 15 years ago. So morally, she's in the lead.
She is. And I was just going to say something and now I forgot.
Oh, well, there you go. See, who's the bad caller now? Hey, listen, nice to talk to you. Thanks very much. It's appreciated. Good evening, Tom.
Hi. I don't know if you remember me, Lee.
No.
I'm sorry.
No, I don't.
You don't? Okay, I'm the one that had the problem with my home and that, and I'm the stage miracle guy.
Hang on a minute. You had the problem with what?
I was coming at home to do with my family and that. It was that Monday when it felt like you were having a breakdown on the air. It was that day, and I phoned in and tried to cheer you up, but then I ended up telling you my woes.
Remind me your woes, Tom.
There's a couple of times I phoned you up. One was to do with, I think it was Keith Moon's on Wikipedia. When someone said it was a certain date and you said the right date.
Oh yeah. It was exactly.
Right, right, okay. And the next time I phoned you was quite a few Mondays ago when you were having a bad Monday.
Yeah.
And I was having a bad day as well. And you remember I said, can you and Kate please you and Catherine don't fall out, please. Remember?
Okay. Well, it's funny you should mention Catherine because we've got some news coming up about how this show is shifting and is changing as talk radio becomes. The talk radio.
I hope it's not her. I hope it's not her.
Well, I'll announce it after 11 because it's on bongos until then. But talk radio, as you know, with Jeremy Kyle and with Matthew Wright, it's becoming more testosterone driven. And the new slogan is talk radio, get your willies out and start waving. So it's becoming a little bit more blokey, and but we'll talk about that after 11. It's unbongoed until then, so I can't really discuss it. But it's good news.
Mention something.
Please mention
Tom Cat. That's actually my middle name as well, Tom Cat.
Right.
Because of Caterham, so I'm known as Tom Cat.
Yes.
If I phoned in again, I hope you put me down as Tom Cat. I just wanted to say something about the Ouija thing.
Yes.
If that's okay.
Please do.
Don't do it at your home. If you don't have to do it at all, don't do it. But definitely don't do it in your new home.
Why?
Just don't. Trust me, don't.
Well,
don't. Do it somewhere else. But you can also be followed. There are things that can follow you to your home. But don't do it in your own home.
Both you and Kate sound like...
She sounds great.
She's great. She sounded hot, didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
She sounded hot. And an ex-boozer? Wow! She sounded fine! Just again, this is with Matthew and Jeremy joining the station. We're just trying to make it a little bit more fun for blokes. So if women do come on, we are allowed. We're owned by the Sun. We are allowed and encouraged to talk about how fit they sound. She sounded fit. Cool. But you and Kate both sound like sensible people, and yet you believe this Ouija board bullshit.
It's not a matter of believing. I won't say what, but it's not a matter of believing. I've known stuff that's happened. So please, if you do it, don't do it in your place.
Well, hang on. What has happened?
Because you're going to.
What has happened?
No, I can't say. Something happened in Caterham years and years ago in the 70s, and something happens not too long ago.
Well, like
please,
what?
Don't. Just.
Like what?
Let's say. People will ring in and ridicule it. You see.
Well, but then I'm going to ridicule it if you don't say.
Right. Okay.
Something happened in catering.
If Caterham, Caterham.
Yeah, Caterham.
Hence Tomcat.
Yeah.
There's one. If a name comes through, not in your house. Do it somewhere else if you have to do it, but it's still bad.
Do it in your house.
But if a name comes through and it's Zozo, then get out of there.
Zozo.
Don't ever say that on the Ouija board.
Why? What does Zozo mean?
Just don't. It's demonic. Don't go there.
Did it happen to you?
It didn't happen to me, no. It's not happened to me, but it's happened to a lot of people.
Okay, thanks very much for your call, Tom. Man up, Snowflake. Does anyone know what he's talking about? Zozo? Anyone, any ideas? They sound like sensible human beings. I'll bring the Ouija board in tomorrow. Not allowed to do a séance on the air, but I'll put it in front of me, and I'll put my hands on it. See what happens. We won't do that. That's not so. But it's honestly, it's tiny. It's going to be that big. Zach, Dion, Simon, Alan. It's all blokes. It's blokey station now. Get your willies out and wave them around. This is Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
The big story of the day on Talk Radio with The Times. Know your times. Every weekday from 6:30, join Julia Hartley-Brewer for in-depth analysis of the morning headlines. Don't just be informed, be well informed, with fearless debate and in-depth opinion from right across the political spectrum.
Join me, Julia Hartley-Brewer, for the biggest breaking current affairs stories, top guests and razor-sharp reaction.
Get a better quality conversation at breakfast. The big story of the day with Julia Hartley-Brewer on Talk Radio with The Times. Know your times.
Become a local hero like Bill. He's an appliance engineer. He joined Local Heroes, an online service that matches customers with trusted traders, like plumbers, carpenters, roofers and more.
With Local Heroes, I'd take the jobs I want. There's no bidding, and it's free to join with no subscription fees.
And right now, we're on the lookout for more tradespeople. So there's never been a better time to join Local Heroes. Search Local Heroes and join thousands of trusted tradespeople.
Buying a new car can be a haunting experience. Is there enough room for the little monsters? Will it be devilishly expensive to run? Will I be haunted by the price? Well, from only $9,995, the all-new Dacia Duster gives you the freedom to get what you want with none of the ghoulies. Dacia, you do the maths. Participating dealers only.
Your time is now, and every second counts. Register with the Open University today, and you'll soon see the difference. Pick up that pay rise before picking up your degree. Get that promotion before getting to graduation. Be your future self sooner with our career-boosting courses. Visit openuniversity.co.uk before time runs out. Registration closes the 13th of September. The Open University. What's stopping you?
The mother of all talk shows with George Galloway on Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.
Listen up, comrades of the world. Unite.
Our glorious leader, George Galloway, with the mother of all talk shows.
The switchboard is lighting up. Controversial conversation and cutting-edge current affairs comment with the notorious B.I.G.G. Listen, this guy's a nightmare. He's not a great guy, folks. The mother of all talk shows with George Galloway. Friday night from 7 on Talk Radio. Tiny Dino Hands.
After-hours amusement for anarchists, air hostesses, and jet-lagged Antipodeans.
Can I, Cobbers? Can I crash on your floor? The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Seriously, this guest that I have been promised, and if Johnny Seifert steals this guest, I'm actually going to murder Johnny Seifert. I'm going to murder him. He's a guy who works here. He stole Belinda Carlisle from us. Belinda Carlisle was supposed to come on the show, and then he snuck in and did the dirty, did what you never do, and stole a guest from one show and got them on another show. So we didn't get Belinda Carlisle. That's Johnny Seifert. So if he still, honestly, this is one of the biggest stars in Hollywood, and is unique in as much as everybody loves him. It's not John Goodman. Everybody loves him. Can't say any more. We're talking 0344 499 1000. Let's go to Zach.
Good evening.
Good evening, Zach.
So tomorrow...
If you're on speakerphone!
No.
Your phone's up... What? Put your phone near your mouth!
It is.
It doesn't sound like it, boy!
It is.
It don't sound like it, boy!
It is.
It don't sound like it, boy! All right, then, we'll carry on, but it's very difficult to hear you.
Well, tomorrow is National Roller Coaster Day.
Oh, jeez, man, get a life. Roller coasters are for saddos.
No, but I wanted to give you to give me 3 dares to do throughout the day. 'Cause
Oh.
I'm doing 3 theme parks in one day.
Okay, remind me how old you are?
14.
Okay, well, the first dare is out. Too young.
What? Say?
Okay, here, I don't like dares. Dares are dumb, and roller coasters are dumb. I like feeding cattle. I had to look a cow in the eyes today in the local post office and shoot it. Point blank. So, don't talk to me about dares. I've stared a brother. He was a brother to me, that cow. I stared a brother in the face. Well, he was one of my sons, one of my 1,502 sons, if you include my real sons. He was one of my sons, and I shot him in a post office. His brains went all over the revolving card rack. All over it. So don't talk to me about dares and roller coasters. I shot one of my sons in the head today.
All right, good night.
Thanks for your call, Zach. Have a great time on National Roller Coaster Day. Don't be sick. Dion, good evening, Dion.
Good evening, Ian and crew.
Don't talk to the crew. Hang on, there's an echo. If I move this, sometimes I move it here, that gets... So I get rid of... Right, there's an echo. Get rid of Dion and call him back, please. In the meantime, we'll go to Simon, whose line's always excellent.
Hello.
Hello, Simon.
I've got some terrible results on Google. I've just Googled Zozo.
Yes.
And the very first thing that comes up is Zozo.com, which is a online shop giving away 100,000 pairs of free jeans.
Hey!
Yeah, so don't Ouija board it, man.
I want to get some free denims.
You're going to get free denim if you Ouija board
I
it.
want denim free. What is denim? Do they mine denim? Where does denim go? Because, here's the thing, right? And I found this out about a year ago, and I just can't get enough of this. How do they get helium?
Well, I think there's the little men that go up to the sun and take it from the sun.
Come on, Simon. Honestly, focus, because this is going to blow your mind. Where do you think they get helium from?
Do you know the answer to this?
Yes, I do, and you won't believe me when I say it.
Well, please try me.
They mine it. There are helium mines.
Really?
Isn't that nuts? Honestly, I swear to God, they mine helium.
Yeah. Well, you think that's bad, right? Do you know they still mine asbestos in Canada?
Wowzers! Those guys must be,
And
bold.
They sell it to India.
Well, it's if used properly, asbestos can be... No, it can be. It's a great flame retardant. We just used it badly, and then we removed it badly, and, well, if they combined... anyway, all right, yes, go on.
Just quickly, your incident today with your cow...
Yep.
Going on a rampage and you having to shoot it.
Yes.
Sounds like a very moving experience.
You're an idiot, because that was horrific. That was actually horrific, so why don't you get stuffed? Dion's back. Good evening, Dion.
Yeah, good evening. Is that better?
Sorry? Hello?
Is that better?
Yes, it is. Yes, it's much better.
Right then.
Thank you.
No problem.
Not a problem, no. No problem.
You were saying earlier...
Yes!
Take a breath.
Have a nice little stretch.
Anyway, you were saying earlier that people were moaning they can't get you online.
Yeah.
At a certain time.
Yeah.
Well, tell them to flash out £20 and buy a good DAB radio.
Well, here's the problem, Dion. Talk Radio needs to splash out £40 and broadcast the DAB signal across the whole country, because there are huge swathes of the United Kingdom, British Isles, where you cannot pick us up on DAB.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, huge swathes. Gosh, the
What?
40. The M40. Or is it the M4?
Which one? They all join together.
They do all join together.
40.
They all do all join together. It's got to be the M40.
Langley.
No, which one? No, which one takes you down to Bath? M4.
M4.
Yeah, the M4. There's huge chunks of the M4 where you are unable, where it's illegal to pick up this radio station.
Why?
Because we haven't got a licence in certain counties. You need a licence to broadcast in counties, and most stations have a countrywide licence, so it covers all counties. But for various political reasons, we're owned by Murdoch, there are some counties that have refused to grant a licence, in a similar way that some councils refused to screen The Life of Brian. So there are some...
I'm not going to swallow that with radio signals.
Swallow, bigger stickers? You're not going to swallow it? No, it's absolutely true. Absolutely true. Go and Google it. Absolutely true. There are counties, there are about 5 counties in this fair land of ours where you cannot pick up talk radio because of dispute over licensing. Anyway, what you got for us?
I was just saying, listening to people through the day, a lot of people are just wound up over nothing.
Oh, in it though.
Well, I've got a friend and his girlfriend staying tonight.
Yes, mate.
My bedroom about 8 o'clock.
Why don't you go out and see if there's anything sexy going on and see if you can take part?
No, you're right, mate.
Come on, man. This is man. You got your friend and his girlfriend and staying over. Why don't you get a few beers, light a doobie, and go out in there and just say, "Hey guys, who wants to party?" That's what I do.
I'll pop down a chicken ranch as well, eh?
Yeah, get some chicken. Get some chicken. Get everyone horny with a bucket of chicken. Get horny.
No, I'm just, like I said, I'm nice and comfortable. First I've been this comfortable for a long time.
Oh, in that case, don't bother about joining a horny scene.
No, it's just nice. Like I say, I put your station on about 7, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it's been great. James played music I've been playing most of the day.
Yeah.
The old Blue Beat and Ska and that.
Oh, yeah.
And it was nice to listen to.
Yeah, that music's not very good, I don't think.
Oh, I like it. You play a few tunes as well.
I play good tunes. I play good tunes. To those, I dedicate it to those that we've lost. Does James dedicate it to those that we've lost? I don't think so. I do. So my music is... I
don't know. I was listening to Prince Buster earlier, and he's good. Yeah, I think
I don't like all that...
It's not like that.
Yes, it is.
Do you like Selector?
No.
No.
Oh, they did the radio song.
Yeah, they did.
I like the radio song, but that is
Yeah, well, Pauline Black, who's a singer, she's about the same age as me.
Okay.
See, not everyone's as young as
She would take a few beers and a bucket of chicken out to her friends to try and get a sexy party going.
I'm quite happy enough, relaxed here, listening to you on the radio.
All right, nice one, Dean. I always appreciate your calls, brother. Thank you. Let's go to Elmo. Good evening, Elmo.
Hello, mate.
Hello, mate. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, not bad, man. Listen, I've heard that...
Have you ever French kissed a man?
Sorry, mate. I thought this was Bloke's Radio, yeah?
Yes, mate.
Radio?
But now we're getting into horny. I French kissed a man.
Well, I've always been curious, but, that's by the by. We can't talk about that.
Exactly. Bye. Bye, guy. Anyway, yes, Elmo. Go on. Blokes Radio, yes.
Who's your favourite bird?
Well, as everyone knows, Angelina Jolie has kissed me. That's a true story.
Mate, that is class.
That is actually true. She kissed me and said she thought I was funny. But I would say my favourite bird of all time... Who's the Aussie sort that was going out with Tom Cruise?
I don't know, but she sounds lovely. What's her name? What's her name?
Nicole Kidman.
I tell you what, I love this angle that you're taking now, mate. It's about time that there's more bloke radio, and I'm loving it. I'm loving every minute of it. What's your favourite car, Ian?
There is just no outlet at the moment for white, middle-class and working-class blokes to say what they like when it comes to birds and machinery. Well, now there is! Now there is!
Son.
Exactly!
All standing up for it. Come on!
Come on, the Brexit boys! Whoa, what did you say? we dump that? We may be Blokes Radio, but we're not. Come on now, we've got standards. Elmo, unbelievable. Say we've got standards. Sometimes we dip those standards, and we go to Alan Caddick. Hello, Alan. He's fallen asleep. I mean, Alan, who's your favourite bird? And what's your favourite car? And what's your favourite position? Okay, that's Alan Caddick there. That's Alan Caddick. We're not going to go too blokey, the radio. There's a little, obviously, that was a satire. That was a satirical piece being acted out by myself and the potty-mouthed, foul-mouthed scumbag that is Elmo, who I'm gonna hunt down. I'm gonna make a series of weapons using things I find in my garden, bamboo. For the old, for the poison darts, I'll make the poison darts. I'll make the poison from my own bodily excretions. I am going to make. Are they called staves? Spears. I'm going to make spears, and I'm going to hunt Elmo down. I'm going to kill him. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Got some news coming up after 11. After midnight about a member of the team who's, because it's on bongos until then, member of the team who's leaving us. And some of you crybaby snowflakes will be sad. I actually think it's for the best. They were not contributing as much as to the show as their salary implied they were. If anything, they were kind of slowing the show down a bit, and I think they were holding back the mail chat. We had less mail chat, less white male chat, because we had Bird in. So she is. They have gone. After midnight, I'll announce that. I don't want to give any clues now. And then on Friday, I'm really pleased to announce that on Friday we got a new guy. Yes, what do you want?
Hello, mate.
Thank you very much indeed. On Friday we've got a new guy joining us. A new member of the team is joining us, and I think it's going to be. This is what the station needs. Nearly 3 years since Talk Radio launched, and we're still in the midway through the soft launch. We're about halfway through the soft launch. They didn't want to do a big thing and, get big posters and spend money on advertising and put us in the newspapers and get the hosts on TV shows to be interviewed about that. They didn't want to do that. Because we do things differently here at Talk Radio. We're not going to follow the conventional rules. We got the rule book. Oh yeah, we got sent the rule book, and you know what we did? We ripped it up, and we peed all over it, and then we put it in a jiffy bag, and we sent it to the squares at LBC. We sent it to Ian Collins at LBC, and he opened it and he loved it. He made love to that book that was ripped up and covered in urine-soaked pages. Ian Collins made love to a torn-up rule book that had been urinated on. So, we don't do things the conventional way, okay? So, no big advertising splurge for us. No drive time host that comes in on a regular basis. That's part of the fun with Eamon stay-at-homes. Because you tune in to see if he's in. You don't even know if he's in. So, people say my show is dangerous. His show is more dangerous because you don't even know if he's going to rock up or not. And he is taking the whole Jeopardy thing to a bold new level that I couldn't even dream of. And with Matthew Wright and Jeremy Kyle being signed up to the station, it's great news. More white, middle-aged, middle-class guys coming in, guys. And I can imagine that we're probably going to have a few camping trips, a few fishing trips, a few beers, a few PlayStation sessions. Get together with the old PlayStation. So it's a great direction, and so we sacrificed a member of the team, and that's fine. I'm cool with that. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio. Get your willies out and wave them all about.
Talk Radio. Intelligent, organic entertainment.
Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.
Get your Ford ready for summer with an air conditioning refresh, 30-point check and fluid level top-up. All for just $29.99. That's the recommended retail price at participating dealers. Book now at ford.co.uk.
Terms, conditions and exclusions apply. See ford.co.uk/motorcraft for more information.
With new BT Plus, you'll get our best connection whether you're using our fastest fibre speeds at home or extra 4G speed with double mobile data when you're out and about. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you won't miss a beat. New BT Plus, fibre and 4G together. Our best connection in and out the home. BT, be that.
Keep connected promise, extra speed 4G and double data on BT Mobile. Speed varies by location, coverage and demand.
With PerTemp's recruitment, opportunity is closer than you think. It can take you to places you've always wanted to be, and it's around every corner. So if you're looking for your next permanent, temporary or contract opportunity, hop into one of our 200 local offices or search PerTemps online. PerTemps, the face of recruitment.
You know your funk. From your punk. From your Gregorian monk. But do you know your pension options? PensionWise is a service set up by the government to provide free, impartial guidance about your pension pot. If you're over 50, call 0800 144 8944 to book your free telephone or face-to-face appointment. PensionWise. Get to know your options.
Get ready for summer with a Ford summer check for just $29.99. That's the recommended retail price at participating dealers. Book at ford.co.uk.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Talk Radio, on the hour news headlines.
Good evening, I'm David Dumm. It's claimed a 29-year-old man being questioned over yesterday's suspected terror attack outside Parliament was in London to
Yes, man!
his homeland of Sudan. Salih Katir has been further arrested by police on suspicion of attempted murder. Sudanese community leader Ali Mohammed says everyone in Birmingham who knows him is shocked.
From what we know, he was a social person, he was a sportsman, playing regularly in a community. He was always trying to keep himself fit and good and socially accepted person.
More than 500 residents have been evacuated from apartments under the collapsed motorway bridge in Genoa over fears more debris may fall. 39 people are known to have been killed after the major road subsided during torrential rain yesterday. Others are still missing. Italy's deputy prime minister is blaming the disaster on a lack of maintenance by its private operator. England rugby player Danny Cipriani has been arrested and charged following an incident at a Jersey nightclub in the early hours of this morning. The 30-year-old is due before magistrates in St Helier tomorrow, accused of assaulting a police officer, common assault, resisting arrest, larceny and being disorderly on licensed premises. Gloucester Rugby say they're aware, but won't comment at this time. 30 men and 1 woman have been charged in connection with a child sex inquiry in Huddersfield. Some are accused of rape and trafficking girls as young as 12. Rail companies are promising fare rises will lead to better services. The cost of a ticket's going up 3.2% in January. That's an annual increase of more than £100 for some long-distance commuters. Seb Gordon from the Rail Delivery Group's been telling Talk Radio the cash is going back on the tracks.
I completely understand that people haven't had the level of service that they expect from the railway in certain parts of the country in recent months, but ultimately these are regulated rail fare increases that we're talking about today. That means that the government decides how much they should go up by. As train companies, what we're doing as the rail industry is investing 98p in every pound from fares back into the industry to make the railway better.
And Jeremy Kyle set to join Talk Radio this weekend with a brand new show. He'll make his debut on Saturday afternoon from 1 until 4. And the weather. Tomorrow, rain to start across parts of England and Wales, clearing to sunny spells, some scattered, possibly thundery showers in the north and west.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have
men Yes, man. The Hoff. Don't hassle the Hoff. That's his name. David Hasselhoff. Don't hassle the Hoff. Don't hassle Hoff. Don't David the Hasselhoff. Don't hassle him though, because he will punch you. Colin. Hello, Colin. Surprisingly, this isn't the worst call we've had so far tonight. Hello, Colin.
I'm not talking on air, you idiot.
Yeah, you're on air, you idiot. You phoned in a phone-in radio show, you idiot. So you're coming on air. What do you want?
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You literally are now, you knobber.
Idiot.
You're the idiot. You're the one that's phoned up and you're on air.
I'm not talking to him.
You are talking to him now.
No.
Yes, you are.
No.
Well, when you say words like then you are. So who's the idiot now? Yes, you sire. Stupid sire. Listen to you sighing. Who sighs in 2018? Nobody sighs. You're sighing and you're snuffling. And you're breathing like a criminal.
You stupid div.
You stupid div. Okay, man, thanks for your call. I really appreciate it. Let's go to Gatford. Hello, Gatford.
All right then, mate. Gemma Atkinson and a Ford Escort.
Yeah, sorry, mate. We're trying to make the show a bit more blokish and a bit more laddish, and you just sound like a bell end. Thanks for calling. Speaking of which, Ken.
Good evening, Ian.
Good evening, Ken. Do you know what, Ken? I'm not in the mood to let you spoil your. I'm not in the mood to let you spread your right-wing, homophobic, anti-Islamic, anti-Semitic bile tonight. So, thanks for calling.
I don't want.
There we go. What a hate-filled man that is. 03444991000. Apropos, well done, Hayley, for not reminding me of what tonight's phoning topic was supposed to be. Where did your dad hide his jazz mags? That was what we discussed last night when Paul Ross came in. 0344. Honestly, the new direction of this station is going to blow your freaking minds. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, where did your dad hide his jazz? My dad had two hiding places when I was younger. It was in his wardrobe, under his shoes. Not actually that well hidden. I remember finding it at the age of 8 and thinking, I don't know what this is. It's a little bit scary, but I kind of like it. By the way, my sister Jo, don't listen to this bit. And then when I was a bit older, he had them hidden in a briefcase in a wardrobe. And I was one of those kind of kids that would just go through everything. So you can't hide that shiz, man. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. No. The number of names that flash up on the screen that say blocked from Iain Lee show. There's a lot of them. Because, you know, we just decided that life was too short for... I mean, you heard some of the hate last night. This guy phoning up, accusing me of being a paedophile because I talk about sex. Oh, yeah, there's a story about sex in the papers, actually. I'm the bonking... Oh, okay. I'm the bonking of the castle. I'm the king, I'm the bonking of the castle. Two couples had an outdoor orgy. Wow! I'm not a fan of outdoor sex. I've only ever had sex outdoors once, and it was in someone's back garden. It was the lady's back garden. It was the ladies' back garden. It wasn't just random back garden. And it was raining and we were stood up and I just went, do you know what? I'm getting quite wet. Can we go inside? Whereas, what's-her-face, who used to work here, she was outside at it all the time. Two couples had an outdoor orgy. Do you know what? Gary, I thought we'd agreed that you coming on this show was not a great idea.
Well, I thought it'd be unbanned by now.
No.
I want to talk about...
No, a band... Right.
Oh, your dad's porn man, and shit.
Right, right, well, this is why you're banned. Turn your radio off.
Huh?
You see?
The radio's off. Oh, sorry.
Right, well, it's not because I can hear it in the background. This is why you're banned, Gary, because you're an idiot.
I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, you are an idiot. You are an idiot because you thought a band would be finished by now, and you lied to me and said the radio was off when it was on.
It was.
It was on. We could hear it.
YouTube. We're on YouTube.
Well, that's the same thing. I don't know what you're listening to, but you had it on, you absolute pudding. Gary, you're banned. I don't want you calling my show. I don't want you infecting my listeners with your simplicity. Thanks for calling. But I appreciate the call. Let's go to Mike. Mike, why did you shorten the name from Michael?
Because you are an idiot, you little big. Look at the camera on the left. Look at me.
Sorry?
Don't talk about the Islamic, yeah?
Okay. Why are you doing a funny voice?
Yes, I'm telling you, I want to give you some listen in it.
Okay, well, thanks for calling, Mike. I really appreciate it. Is everyone a knob? Can I ask you a question, dear listener? When I get calls like that, right, and it's obviously someone doing a piece, someone doing a funny piece, old me would have engaged with them. New me doesn't have the patience to engage with them. Now, as we've established already tonight, this show is a dictatorship. It is not a democracy. But I'm just curious to know what you think. Would you rather I allowed callers like that last idiot to stay on a bit longer? Or are you happy with the swift? Which do you find funnier? I guess I'm asking. Which do you find funnier? The swift, shouty... Let's come out of character for a second. This is this is me, this is the real Iain Lee, this is the guy that is a father of two beautiful boys. This is the non-performing Iain Lee, this is the guy that was struggling today went and picked up a bookcase that I bought on eBay for £32 and met a guy called Ken who had a man in a van and brought him on. So this is the real guy, this is the guy that lives on a farm. So this is the real me, okay, for a second. We'll go back into the radio host shock jock character in a second, okay? This is the real me. So let's just talk, okay? Let's just talk. Forget all the gimmicks, forget the sound effects, the lasers, forget all of that. I'm just going to talk. Okay, so, do you prefer me indulging the callers that are idiots like that last guy, Mike, I think his name was, the name that he said... I detected there was not going to be much comic value in someone doing a funny, Pakistani voice. And I detected that, but would you rather I engage them? Or let them do their spiel? Do you want to hear their act? Or do you prefer it when I do this? What do you want, you idiot?
Got it.
Get off my radio show! So which of those two styles do you want? Genuinely curious, because I don't know. The short shrift is an evolution in performance for me. So I don't know. 0344 499 1000. When we come back from the break, I'll be back in character. This is Talk Radio.
Talk Radio. We've got
speakers off, please.
And we're not afraid to use it. Talk Radio.
Question number 69 for the Army.
Can we have fun? Yeah, of course. Everyone always think us Army lot are like robots, but there's plenty of jokers amongst us. I've definitely picked up my bag to find it full of rocks. And then there's others that will give you a cracking hug when you need it. You don't have to stop being you. Just be you in uniform.
The Army is recruiting now. To have your questions answered and find where you belong, search Army Jobs.
This summer at DFS, there are savings on every sofa in store. But be quick, savings on selected sofas end soon. DFS.
With new BT Plus, you'll get our best connection whether you're using our fastest fibre speeds at home or extra 4G speed with double mobile data when you're out and about. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you won't miss a beat. New BT Plus, fibre and 4G together. Our best connection in and out the home. BT, be that.
Keep connected promise, extra speed 4G and double data on BT Mobile. Speed varies by location, coverage and demand.
Right now at Homebase, there's 3 for 2 on all paint and wood care. Hurry, offer ends soon. Homebase, always your home, always low prices. In store only, cheapest item free, excludes clearance outlets.
Philip Schofield here. Not only have WeBuyAnyCar.com bought over 1 million cars, they say they really do buy any car. So, I asked them. Even an Audi A3? They said yes. Range Rover? They said yes. Ferrari 458? They said yes. What about a Spentini Caravaggio? They said stop making up cars. To see how much your car's worth, enter your reg number now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Admin fee may apply. For more information, see webuyanycar.com/info.
Jacked up jive talk for janitors, jazz cats, and gin-soaked boys and girls.
Is that Commando?
If you're awake, you're a welcome.
I've got 5 cactus needles stuck in my...
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
03444991000. Seems you want a mix of me indulging and indulging idiots who call in and swiftly cutting them off. I just think when someone's going, oh dear, I don't know what to... When someone's doing that voice, where, you know, when someone's being slightly racist, or as we used to say in the 80s, slightly racialist, where is there... There's nowhere to go with that. There's nowhere to go. 03444991000 is the total. Well, let's try it. Let's try it. Hello, line 1, you're on the wireless. Sounds like someone masturbating inside a box, doesn't it, really? Thank you very much indeed. And if you missed that great joke, I'll tell you again, it sounded like someone masturbating inside a box. 2 couples had... I'm the Bong King of the castle. 2 couples had an outdoor orgy on a picnic blanket. A picnic blanket? In full view of passers-by in the grounds of Cardiff Castle. The group shocked families enjoying the city centre park with their 5 p.m... Wrong. You're... Okay, it appears I need to remind everybody who's banned that they're still banned. You're banned, Wasim.
Get over yourself, Ian.
There you go, you see? That's why. That's why you're banned. That's why you're banned, because you're a nasty piece of work. Get over yourself, Ian. You're the one that's obsessed with me. You're the one that's now going to email me and going to tweet me. I think it blocked you on Twitter. And so you get over yourself. You get over yourself. I'm over me. You get over yourself, man. Sticks and stones. The group shocked... By the way, he's called about 5, 6, 7, 8 times tonight. He's popped up on the screen. Pops up for a second, then puts the phone down. The group shocked families enjoying the city centre park with their 5 p.m. romp. A romp at 5 p.m? Wow! A romp! I've not had a romp for ages! I'm gonna go on Tinder tonight and romp! Romping! Imagine if you were on Tinder and then... If you swipe past someone, can you swipe back to them? Because, you know, so I guess I've not been on Tinder. So, which way is to get rid of and which way is to keep? Hayley? Oh, don't, come on, you're young. You're young. You're married, I know, but you're still a young woman with needs. Come on. I'm going to assume you swipe, in my mind, I would swipe left for no and right for yes. But if because you get into the swipe. Oh, no, that one was fit. Can you go back and unswipe? But imagine if you're on there and you swipe, and you're a lady, right, looking for a guy. You swipe. Hang on a minute. Let me swipe back. That's the guy from the jungle. He's fit. One witness was walking home from work when she saw the scene. She said, I was walking past and saw two couples enjoying a picnic. It's supposed to be a Yogi Bear. Picnic bear. I can't do it. It looked as though one of the women was scratching her crotch. Scrotching. Then I looked a little closer and realised what she was actually doing. Now, in this picture, I think the woman is naked. It's a picture taken from a long way away. But I think they're naked. The onlooker said she then saw a man exposing his manhood. That's his penis. And another woman engaging in what appeared to be sexual activity with another female in the group. She added, it then clicked that something strange was going on. And listen to this. She's just as guilty, if not guiltier, than these people who are just expressing their love in a physical form. The woman watching is the real pervert. Listen to this. I felt like a rabbit in headlights. I was frozen and couldn't stop looking. Oh, a voyeur. That's what we got here, guys. A voyeur. Dirty. That's word. These people, it's just like three women, 3 chicks and a guy, very much in love. I learned that learnt last week, the word for when you get one guy and 2 girls, you know what that's called? It's not a ménage à trois anymore because we're coming out of Europe, so we can't use French words. It's called a throuple. Three couple. That should really be 6 people, but it's called a throuple. And it's always one. This is the thing, right? And it's becoming quite trendy, throuples, right? And this is the thing. It's always one guy and 2 girls. It's always one guy, 2 girls. It's never one girl and 2 guys. Right? Which just seems to me, it seems to be a little bit unfair. It seems like it's always weighted in favour of the bloke. I know we're Blokes Radio, but I've still, got my credentials. I still care for women. Love women. And it's incredibly weighted in favour of the guy. So the guy's got 2 chicks. And if he's lucky, the 2 chicks might be making out with each other. Well, hang on. Why can't it be a woman with 2 guys? And also, we're having this conversation. Let's have it. So, most men will say their fantasy is to have 2 girls. 2 girls. I have not done it. I think it would be a faff. I'd be worried that one of them was feeling left out. This is why I don't have parties. This is like a micro party. I don't have parties because I'm worried, is everyone having a good time? What if they don't get on? So I couldn't do a threesome. But, sorry, I just got lost in my thoughts then. Oh yeah. So most men will say, I really like I really like 2 girls getting it on with each other and then pleasuring me. Right, okay. All right, fine, fair enough. Okay, I get it. Because, visually, that's very stimulating. It's like, you like naked girls, well then you got double, right? But does it work for women as well? I can't imagine many women saying, well, yeah, I'd like 2 guys. And I'd like them to be getting it on. Do you know what I mean? No. So, why is it that for men, a big thing is watching 2 women get it on? But this is a genuine question. I've often not thought about it massively. I'm not going into great depth about it, but I've certainly considered it. So men like the idea of two chicks getting it on, right? And quite often pornography made for men involves chicks getting it on. Okay, it's cool, fair enough. But it doesn't seem, and I know that women aren't generally, the pornography thing, because they're not as visually stimulated as the men. Men are more visually stimulated, and women are more in the mind. I get all that. But women don't, it doesn't work the other way, that they want to see two guys, kissing and licking and sucking. And they don't want to see that. I just wondered why, and what we can do to correct female homophobia. Because that's what it is. Girls is homophobic, whereas guys... I felt like a rabbit in headlights. I was frozen and couldn't stop looking, said the dirty voyeur. I looked around and one or two other people were taking photos. Here we go, listen. I took a cheeky snap, she says. Dirty woman. Because I knew people wouldn't believe me. Oh, yeah? I told you once, and it is getting a bit laddish, I'm going to reel it in after this story, okay? 0344 499 1000. Once I was driving through central London, and it was just off Tottenham Court Road. There was this kind of little... Where was it? Sort of near Baker Street, I think. Anyway, and there's this little sort of alleyway you have to go through. You're driving through. And I saw a bloke, an older bloke, with a very expensive camera with a big lens, and a much younger woman with big hair, big fur coat on, and she had red high heel shoes and red stockings, right? And they were sort of looking furtively round. And I thought, I recognise this scene. I've seen this scene hundreds of times before. I know exactly what's going on here. So I kind of held back. And I was right. She whipped her coat off, nothing underneath, just stockings and suzzies, and he was taking pictures. So then I did the decent thing, is I beat them and gave them the thumbs up. And then she tried to get in my car. Oh, no, having none of that. Yes, anonymous caller?
Hello?
Yes?
I made £2,000 today.
Did you, John?
Yep. I sold our...
Why have you come on and not given your name?
I said John. She told me.
Hayley, you've not put John on the screen. What the hell is going on tonight? What the hell is going on? He's not on Skype. There's a phone number there. What? You are as bad as What's-Her-Face who used to work here. Yes, John.
Yeah, so I sold our, 7-8 conversations for $2,000.
Okay.
Because that guy thinks that one day you're gonna be worth a lot of money to listen to.
You sold what? You sold the tape recordings of our conversations, which are freely available online.
Yeah.
For £2,000. Who did you sell it to?
A friend. I told him you're on your way down, but he thinks you're on your way up.
Oh, there's that darkness again, John. Now, I know that you're doing a joke, but your jokes always come with a bit of darkness, don't they? Why don't you inject some light into your life?
I love so much to listen to you.
Sorry?
And
it's hard to hear you because it sounds like you've got a sausage in your mouth or something. Just try.
No.
Yes. Yes.
That's the way we connect.
Okay.
One more thing.
No, do you know what? Here's the thing, John. If you just phoned up and been rude to me, why would I want to hear your second point?
I wasn't rude. Come on, you can take more than that.
Well, no, but I can. But why? I can. Oh, here we go. Now we've got an interesting thing. I can take more than that, but why should I? Why should I be
we're
your...
on the way down. We're not going to be always,
Why should I be your... Why should I...
We are on our way down.
Okay. Why should I be your punch bag? What gives you the right...
Come on.
What gives you the right to phone up and be rude to me?
I'm not rude to you.
Well, you just were. If you know that you just were.
If you listen to our tapes, you'll see who's rude to who.
I don't. No. You're the guy that said it was okay to kill men in wheelchairs who were protesting against an embassy. So you're kind of the mean guy.
No, I never said that.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. We remember that call. We remember that call.
There was in the news the next day that 50 Hamas members were killed.
No, but you said it was okay. You said it was okay for a man in the... No. You said it was okay when questioned... Hello, John, when I'm talking, they can't hear you because of the way the software works. It dips your voice. You said it was okay that a man in a wheelchair had been murdered by the Israeli police. You said that was okay.
No,
that's fine. You said that the people who took him in the wheelchair were to blame.
Everybody can go back to the tape. The 15th
No one's got tapes of it. No one has tapes anymore.
It's widely available on the internet.
Okay, John. But you're just a very dark soul. No. I'm not... Listen, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing.
Okay.
I'm not going to let you do a second point because you've
I'll
come...
stick it out.
No,
Yeah.
shut your face. Shut your mouth. I'm not going to let you do a second point because you've just come on and you've just been rude to me and you think it's okay to be rude to me because for what? Because it's funny? You are. You were.
I want to clarify, I was never rude to you.
Well, you were in the first 2 minutes of this phone call, if you want to go back and listen to the tapes.
I said you're on your way down, so am I. Everybody's on the way down. Come on. That's not rude. It's a fact. It's reality.
No, that wasn't the intention of. You didn't say, "Hey, everybody's on their way down." You said you're on your way down, and that was delivered in a rude way. Maybe it's just the tone of your voice, but you have a very dark soul about you.
No, don't blame other people. You're a bit weak.
And that's not rude. Saying I'm weak.
No. I'm weak and also different.
No. Here's the thing, John. That's the second time you've used that as a defence, and you can't. You can't accuse somebody of being something, and then when they question it, go, "Oh no, I meant we're all like that." You can't do that. When you specifically address one person with an accusation, then that is the accusation that is focused upon. You then can't pull back and say everyone is.
For the record, I was not meaning to be rude to you.
Well, here's the thing. For the record.
Your way down.
For the record.
It's true.
There we go.
It's a fact.
There we go. For the record, it was rude, and for the record, a lot of the things you say are rude, so I think you need to reconsider some of the things you say and the way that you say them. I think that's what you need to do, John. I think the problem, and I know it's not me, because I've done a lot of work on me, but I think the problem lies with you. That you hate yourself so much that you attack everybody who's more intelligent and more attractive than you. That's what you're doing with me.
Yeah, more intelligent, I don't know, but more attractive, definitely. You're more attractive than me, that's true.
Okay. I always come away from your phone calls feeling a bit icky. Do you know what I mean?
You would have known you're the best person to be with. Seriously.
I always don't respond to the thing I said. We're having a conversation, and you've also been rude about the girl that used to work here. But I always come away from the conversation.
When I said you woke up, why was that rude? Come on.
Okay, I always come away from your conversations just feeling a little bit icky.
Furious.
Feeling what?
Furious.
Furious? Oh God, no. No, not
furious.
Curious. No, not curious either. I, as soon as our calls are over, in fact, normally about a couple of minutes before the calls are over, I've forgotten about you and moved on to the next thought because you bear literally no weight in my life. But I do feel a little bit icky because there's a very, very dark vibe about you, John.
Go take it further. Come on, you can do it. Come on. Go on.
No, because unlike you, my intention is not to hurt or to upset. My intention is to hold up a mirror to you. And the mirror is, if you look in it, the mirror, instead of trying to look over it, the guy that's holding the mirror, look in the mirror is showing that you've got a very dark soul. And that you could be so much happier and could bring so much happiness to the lives of those around you. If you started to work on that darkness, if you started to work, you're a very rude man. I'm going to finish the sentence. If you could bring a lot of happiness to those around you, if you started to work on that darkness and trying to replace it with light. And I give that to you free, John. That is free. Free suggestion that I really hope you follow because it will make your life better.
I speak for all the weak people, your fans, so I'm on their side.
Wow.
I can't be on your side.
Wow, so the people that I offend are weak?
Yeah.
God,
a lot
that's
of them
a-
are crying.
That's a
So I speak
damning.
for them.
That's a damning.
You apologised on air.
That's a
So,
that's a damning, sweeping statement that the people I offend are weak. How rude of
them. I
you!
speak for the weak.
No, you don't.
I speak for the weak.
Well, no, you don't,
For the
because they're
vulnerable,
not.
for the weak and vulnerable.
Okay. Well, I don't think you do, because you're calling people who are offended weak. That's not a sign of weakness.
No, people can't stick up to you, you know.
Okay. I'm bored now, John. I'm bored now, John. Thanks for calling. Oh, appreciate the call. Yeah, let's have a little bit of Nigel. The witness said I took a cheeky snap because I knew people wouldn't believe me. The witness said they looked for a cop to report last Friday's incident as there were plenty of children around. She added, as I made my way back to the car for the second time, I had another look. This time they were having full-on sex. Doggy, anal, golden shower. She listed everything. South Wales Police said the vulnerable foursome, aged between 33 and 44, had been dealt with. This was Chief Inspector Ian Randell said clearly this was inappropriate and unacceptable behaviour. Antisocial behaviour referrals were submitted. 0344 499 1000. Good evening, Nigel. Good evening, Nigel.
Good evening.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Oh, hello. I'm not too bad, thanks.
How's everything going after the sad loss of your mum?
Death certificate today.
Aye. How did that feel?
The warden lady came round about 4 o'clock, spent a couple of hours there. So it's half sorted at the moment.
Yeah.
But I've got to get my national insurance number. It's being sent. So I've lost it. So it's being sent by the authorities to my house tomorrow.
Because I used to sign on for so long, I know my national insurance number off by heart, and it's great.
I did have it written down, but everything's got lost in.
Oh, it's great knowing it, because whenever you go somewhere, they say, "I don't suppose you know your national insurance number." I go, "Yes, I do. Let me write it down for you."
So once I get that, I've got to register on Monday. I've got a 3:30 on Monday, Maidstone, register the death certificate and get a few copies done with the photocopier.
Yeah.
So that Dawn, who's helping me, can send one off to the authorities to help me get some reduction in the funeral costs.
Yeah.
And also to the council, so that I can have the house in my name. So there's two things going on, because the house has got to be. I've got to sign my name. So I've got to be signed. I've got to be the occupant of the house. You were saying.
Yes. Okay.
So that's. So I've got two things going on.
What are you going to do with the house? Are you going to turn it into a musical emporium?
No.
That would be great. This could be your studio.
Oh, of course, yeah. But I've got two drum kits. I've got a drum kit in each room anyway.
Well, get another in each room.
Yeah.
2 drum kits in each room. Adam Ant style.
I could set it
also
up in the
Gary
front
Glitter
room,
style.
couldn't I, as a studio?
Yes. Yeah.
But not while they come in here, because they need the space to do all their paperwork.
Yes.
It's sort of half sorted. Once I send the document off, the death certificate off to the various places, I can work out the time of the funeral.
Okay.
So it's one day at a time, really. I
Would you like to sing a Miley Cyrus
I want you to do
song?
the song, the Carrie Fergus song, which you haven't recorded before. The last one was "I Miss You," wasn't it? We did. On
The Carrie Fergus song is a bit. It's a bit.
What was the one you suggested?
Would you like to do a Miley Cyrus song as a tribute to your
the one
mum?
I did before, "I Miss You."
Yeah, that was nice, man.
It's in the front room, and I have to get it and set it up if you want that one.
Yeah, well, we can go to the adverts and then come back to you.
Yeah. Can I just say, I've been watching Daniel Craig in Aliens and Cowboys. That
No, it was a terrible film. I couldn't get 20 minutes into it. It was a stinker.
Didn't you like the way he was acting then?
Grown Up, starring Adam Sandler, was better than that.
Well, I'd never seen it before. It was quite entertaining, I thought.
Well, I think you're wrong. Nigel, stay there. We'll get a Miley Cyrus song in memory of your mum who passed away a couple of weeks in just a few short moments. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
A radio star is born.
You're going to love
Talk Radio. It's here, but not for long. Existing and new customers can get Sky's best ever offer on Sky Sports and Entertainment, both in stunning HD. Enjoy over 500 epic live football games and indulge in award-winning shows on Sky Atlantic, all for only £40 a month, saving you over £350. But this offer won't last long. Search sky.com. £20 standard setup for new Sky TV customers. Kit loaned at no cost. New 18-month minimum terms. Requires HDTV. Saving based on 18-month minimum contract versus £60 per month out of contract.
Bladder weakness is nothing to be embarrassed about. It affects 1 in 4 men aged 40 and over. It can stop you from attending live sports matches or taking part, which just isn't cricket. Tenamen is the protective absorbent solution which keeps urine leakage under control, leaving you to get on with doing all the things in life you like doing, without the fear of drips and dribbles. For helpful advice and a free no-obligation sample pack, visit tenor.co.uk/men today. Tenamen. Discreet protection. Keep control.
Say bon voyage.
Hey, James. Nice to see you, man. Thanks for the
Discover
tweet.
the world of craft beer at beer52.com, where your first case is free. Every month, Beer 52's team of brilliant beer boffins create cases of the world's best craft beer and deliver directly to your door. Go to beer52.com/talksport to join the world's greatest craft beer club today and get your first case free. Beer52.com. Discover the world of craft beer. $2.95 delivery charge applies, 18 plus drink aware. Whether your business is small or large, your ambitions for it are always big. And at Santander, so are ours. That's why we've been awarded Business Bank of the Year for 4 years running. Because no matter what size your business, we have dedicated local business relationship managers who'll help you along the way. So with us in your corner, the sky's the limit. Visit santanderbusiness.co.uk to find out more. Here to help your business prosper. Santander.
Business Money Facts Award 2015 to 2018.
Afternoons with Jamie East on Talk Radio.
Embark on an afternoon odyssey into a virtual adult playground, broadcast at the intersection of the near future and the reimagined past.
Eastworld with Jamie East. Tomorrow afternoon from 1 on Talk Radio. A world of adventure.
Mad props to the West Wittering posse.
A world of fantasy.
Is there anybody out there? Is there anything out there?
A world of age-inappropriate footwear.
How much flack have I had this week for the clothes I wear?
Eastworld with Jamie East. Tomorrow afternoon from 1 on Talk Radio.
I want you to turn up in a nappy next week.
Listen without consequence. Tales of mystery and imagination on the radio show that does things differently.
Dolly Parton, I listen to her records all day long.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
I'm a nut job, but not that kind of nut job.
On Talk Radio.
Honest to God, it's the new Breaking Bad. Oh
Shush. Just David Hasselhoff again. Exciting news that's unbongoed until midnight about the future of this station and the future of this show and the direction this show is going to move. We lose a member of the team. I use the word, team loosely. We get an actual team player coming in to join us, which is going to be great. And it's really just going to take this show, I think, to the next level. We're kind of on level 3. I think this is going to take us to level 4. Nigel!
Oh, hi, Ian, all right?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. You sound surprised that I'm to be speaking to me. We were speaking literally 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I was going to say, I'm heartbroken about Mum, I sit there thinking about, after the film, and I really am heartbroken.
Of course you are. Your mum passed away only a matter of days ago, and it's going to take quite a long time.
Well, no, it's a week. It's just over a week.
Just over a week. It's going to take quite a long time. I know the number of people that were so touched by your musical tributes to her. And was she a fan of Miley Cyrus?
I think so. Yeah. Okay. I've got I've got some more films on my Facebook of her opening her presents last Christmas, which is great that I did.
Okay. Well, that's
it's quite long actually. It's about 10 minutes long.
Blimey, well, that's certainly something to treasure.
And she's nicely dressed up in a nice jacket, and she looks well.
Okay, well, that's.
Okay. Oh yeah, I meant to say it says on the document she had septicemia.
Oh, that's blood poisoning, isn't it?
Yeah, and her kidneys, and also infected bed sores.
Oh, mate. I know.
It's so sad for her. I feel so sorry for her. I'd rather, if I die, I'd rather be sort of go quickly and not suffer with all that trouble.
Yeah.
She did suffer for 7 weeks.
Yeah, she was very poorly. She was.
For 7 weeks.
Well, I'm very sorry for your loss.
I know.
Would you like to sing a Miley Cyrus song as a tribute to her? Do you think that would lift your spirit?
I won't keep doing tribute songs though. This will be the last one until she's buried.
All right then. Okay.
Which would probably be about a month from now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's have.
You're okay until you start talking.
Yeah.
About things.
Well, let's have the song then, Nigel. Let's hear.
I'll try and hold myself together.
You do it.
Yeah. Here we go. I'm only going to harmonise with Miley. Okay.
Okay.
No. I'm going to harmonise anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I miss you.
It's longer than I remember, but it's beautifully done, and I'm sure your mum is digging that somewhere.
Thank you. Did you get it all?
We got it. We got it all, Nigel.
Thank you.
It's a lovely song. Thank you, mate. You take care, buddy.
It's sad, but anyway, never mind.
You take care, fella. Thank you very much for the call. It's much appreciated. 0344 499 1000. Let's go to Jerry. Good evening, Jerry.
Hello.
Hello, Jerry.
I'm trying to sound okay.
You sound much easier to understand you than it was yesterday, man.
Slow down a bit.
Slow down. You're moving too fast.
I don't move fast.
You gotta kick off uncle up the ass.
I've got 1 gear.
1 gear. That's all we need. One night.
And I just got somebody to look after his finances.
Is that what?
And I just got somebody to look after his finances.
Yeah, I wonder if Nigel does have,
I don't want people to...
Well, he said that the council's coming round to sign the flat over to him, or the house, coming over to the flat or house, and that they're going to help him with his benefits. But yeah, you do have to wonder about someone who is obviously... Vulnerable, that's exactly the right word. You do have to wonder about someone who is vulnerable, how they're going to get on.
He's more vulnerable at the moment.
Yeah.
And the police control before.
Yeah.
There's some nasty people out there. Some bad men and women.
Are you threatening him?
No, I'm saying there's some bad people out there.
Why are you threatening Nigel, Jerry? That's a bit dark, mate.
I don't threaten
them. I once actually had a conversation when I upset Dwayne Chambers by phoning up BBC 5 Live and calling him a drugs cheat. And it got very messy. It was a prank phone call. It was a little bit of fun. It got very messy. I had to phone up the head of 5 Live and apologise. But I had to speak to Dwayne's agent. And his agent said, I see on your website that you're doing a stand-up show in a couple of weeks. Well, I know that Dwayne and 10 of his mates would like to come and see you. And I laughed. I said, are you threatening me? And he was threatening me. I said, are you threatening me? And he went, me? No, why would I threaten you? And I just burst out laughing, A, because I was terrified, and B, because it was so, like pantomime villain nonsense, silly sausage that he was.
Did you turn up?
No, no, he didn't turn up. Of course he didn't turn up. No one turned up.
No, make sure they got tickets.
Yeah, well, hey, listen, if they're paying, then I'm playing.
Sorry about last night. You're sounding alright.
You got nothing to...
You got the studio, you're in the studio. I've got the glass tonight, so it's a bit better mood.
There's, I'm in a much better mood than yesterday. But no, there's, you got no need to apologise, man. The Parkinson's was working its evil magic last night, and I was struggling to,
Past 24 hours, it's been a bastard.
Well, why? Any reason?
I don't know, it's just getting really hard at the moment.
Is it,
I'm hoping it's not progressing.
Well, this is what I was going to say. It is a progressive illness, isn't it? Is it?
18 years now.
Yeah. Hang on, what? Are you 44?
46.
46. All right. I knew. I thought you were 1 year younger. You're 1 year.
It started happening in 2000.
So hang on, I'm trying. So you were 28.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Just finished university. Every 5 years university.
What's the prognosis, man? What's going to happen?
It's not good. Just going to
I don't know how you could. I don't know how you would stay happy in a situation like that. I really don't.
It's a bastard. Gaff fights every day.
Yeah?
Spend off your day on the fucking foot.
Whoa, Jerry, what's this with the F-bomb?
Sorry.
Wowzers! They've had Elmo drop in an F-bomb, we got Jerry drop in an F-bomb. Apologies to the people on YouTube. But it didn't go out on the radio, so it's fine. Don't give us any more of those, though, because I will have to let you go. That's all right, man. I get it. It's coming from a place of passion, but, you know.
It's a difficult disease to live with. I know poor Brett, who have a happy face like, which is hard to live with. Can't move half the time. You saw me at the show. Manchester's just...
Oh, well, you started off shaking all over the place, and then you froze, and then I can't remember.
I was hyper when I come in.
Yeah.
And just froze and come... As soon as the show finished, come back round again. Back into...
Well, how do you get by every day? Because I couldn't.
I just like life.
Well, even when you got that, even when you're my age and you're living in a care home and you can't, you know, some days you can't speak.
So you can't move or speak and just sit there like a statue. It's awful. Well, just get on with it. Got to.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say something, but it would have sounded patronising, so I'm not going to say it.
Go on, what were you going to say?
You're an inspiration.
I try to be. Try to. Anybody else who's got a disease just fight it.
I wouldn't, and I from having seen, you know, obviously my mum's got MS, and there are similarities. But I look at her, and I think if that was me, I would kill myself without a shadow of a doubt. I would not, and I've said to my soon-to-be ex-wife. Maybe I didn't say it to her. I've certainly said it to my sister. Look, if I ever get like that, or it looks like I'm getting like that, I'm checking out, and I need you to.
I think he adapts. People say that, but I think he adapts.
Ray, do me a favour. Get stuffed. Ray pulling me up for judge. Get stuffed, Ray. Hey, there's a good lad. Of course, I told him off for you using that word because there are rules, you idiot. Everyone's a judge.
What's he saying?
Jerry talks honestly. He once said his medication makes him, and then he's put a word that I can't use. Ian told him off for using that word. Because it's a word you can't say on the radio.
It's a naughty word. I must make one reason.
So get over yourself, Ray. Crying out loud.
Raymond, chill out.
Chill out, Ray. Go and smoke a doobie. I want to have a doobie. But yeah, I would, not say, you know, judging your situation. I'm going totally by my mum's situation. If I got like that, I'd be done. I would be checking out. But if I was in her situation now, I wouldn't be able to check out because I wouldn't be able to do it. Because I'd be too ill to do it.
That's a problem. You don't know how far it's going to go. Yeah. Just keep...
It's tough, man. Do you ever think about it? You ever think about topping yourself?
Never. Honestly, never. I got upset to go so.
Yeah.
So why me? No, just keep on going. Fighting.
Well, it's always a pleasure to get your phone calls, Jerry, and it was nice to see you in Manchester a couple of weeks ago, and, you know, life is unfair for a lot of people, and I get that.
Right, chill out. See you later, Ian.
Do you want me to murder you?
No, put ourselves.
Okay, just because I will happily murder listeners, but it's going to be £50,000, Jerry. I'm just saying that now because there's a lot of legal risk involved. Lot of legal risk involved.
Yeah, I've got the money off my social work.
All right, nice one, man. Listen, I'm your bum, Jerry. Thank you very much for calling. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. This is a big news coming up after midnight after the umbongo is lifted. This is the late night alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
Join the Talk Nation.
Dial up and Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.
Since our first car hit the road in 1898, Renault has always used the latest innovations to make driving more enjoyable. And for our 120th anniversary, we're going to make things just that little bit easier by giving you £500 off the list price. Come and celebrate 120 years with us. Visit your nearest Renault dealer between the 17th and 27th of August for an extra £500 off your new Renault. Test drive and order by October 1st and register by December 31st, 2018. Excludes Zoe and Renault Sport. Retail customers only at participating dealers. T's and C's apply. Visit Renault.co.uk/drive. Face to action.
Action Man, what is your status? Over.
I just saved at Money Supermarket, and now I feel epic. Over.
Action Man, do you copy?
Look, this isn't a good time, Base Command. This conga line needs me.
Really, every time this happens.
Save with Money Supermarket and feel epic.
If you're hearing this, you're probably driving to work. You've done it so long you're not even thinking about it. You're on cruise control. But your career doesn't have to be. Maybe there's an off-ramp leading to a higher salary, better opportunities and, well, a shorter commute. Indeed.com has all the tools like job alerts, company pages and salary comparison to help put you squarely back in the driver's seat of your career. So turn off the cruise control. Steer your career with Indeed. You've got this. Indeed, the world's #1 job site. World's #1 job site according to Comscore total visits March 2017.
When a stroke strikes, the damage spreads like a fire in the brain. When you spot any single one of the signs, think and act fast. F. Face. Has it fallen on one side? A. Arms. Can they raise them? S. Speech. Is it slurred? T. Time to dial 999. The faster you act, the better their chances. So even if you're not sure, act fast. Make the call. Dial 999.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Talk Radio, on the hour news headlines.
Good morning, I'm David Dunn. Jeremy Corbyn has responded to Israel's Prime Minister
Thanks,
as the
mate.
Labour leader's wreath-laying at the graves of suspected Palestinian terrorists. Benjamin Netanyahu claims Corbyn deserves unequivocal condemnation over his part. Corbyn says the claims are false. Ticketmasters announced it's shutting down its resale sites Get Me In and Seatwave. It's after complaints that touts are exploiting them to make huge profits. The firm says it's launching a fan-to-fan exchange where tickets can be bought or sold at no more than face value. Josh Franceschi from band Yumi at 6 told Talk Radio this is a positive move.
I think for Ticketmaster, for this humongous international organisation to be trying to set an example for the rest, the likes of StubHub and Viagogo, who are yet to do the same and follow suit, it sets a precedent, and I think it's important that that happens.
23 people have been treated in hospital after a coach crash on the M25, including 7 children. 3 of those involved have serious injuries. A junior doctor convicted over the death of a young boy has won an appeal over the decision to strike her off. But Dr. Hadiza Bauer-Garber will still face the lesser sanction of a 1-year suspension following 6-year-old Jack Adcock's death at Leicester Royal Infirmary in 2011. Jack's mum, Nikki Adcock, gave her reaction.
I think it's an absolute disgrace. I think it's absolutely disgusting. She made 21 mistakes herself, all her own human errors, not system errors, her own human errors. And to be perfectly honest, I cannot believe they're going to be reinstated now.
Commuters are facing a 3.5% increase on rail fares next year, adding more than £150 to some long-distance travellers' yearly season tickets. Nina Batty, campaigns manager for Which, told Talk Radio many people aren't getting value for money as it is.
The government shouldn't be sitting back and just expecting train companies to do this. They need to step in and really ensure that train companies are dealing with their customers fairly, making sure they get the money back that they're owed, and that they are dealing with their passengers' complaints.
And Andy Murray's latest return from hip surgery ended with disappointment as he was beaten in the first round of the Cincinnati Masters. Murray was beaten by Frenchman Lucas Pouille 6-1, 1-6, 6-4. And the weather, showers fading through the night, but cloudy in most places, dry with bright spells today with a high of 25 degrees.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
We have...
So, Catherine's left the show and she's being replaced by a bloke. As the Umbongo news... the station was getting too feminine and too girly, and the edict has come down from on high from Rebecca Brooks that the station was just getting too feminine. Man, there's too many chicks on here, so it's dicks out from now on. Jeremy Kyle starts at the weekend. My good buddy Matthew Wright, Matthew Wright, the right stuff. Good pal of mine is going to be on coming later in the year, And so the female sidekicks are on their way out, as and when their contracts reach a conclusion where it's easy, where the contract is out, or it's cheap enough to buy them out. And Catherine made the mistake of taking 2 weeks off. Here's the thing, guys, in radio, you never take 2 weeks off. You take a week off. If you have to take any time off. I'm taking a week off next week. Catherine took 2 weeks off. That was a legal loophole. They got her out. So she's gone. I'd like to thank her and wish her the very best of luck on whatever she decides to do now. Maybe she'll get into retail. I don't know. Something like that. Cookery. So I don't know. But I wish her the very best of luck. It's been a real pleasure showing her the ropes of the radio industry, the broadcasting industry, showing her exactly what it's like to work with a maverick and genius. And starting from Friday, we're going to introduce him Friday, then he'll be filling in for me next week. But we've got a guy coming into the studio. Not going to reveal his name, but we've got a guy in the studio on Friday. It's going to be the new sidekick, the new stand-in host when I go. He's a guy, he likes cars, he's into karate, and he plays PlayStation 4. And he's got VR for it. So this guy knows his shiz. So it's an exciting time to be alive. It's an exciting time to be working on Talk Radio with a great group of guys, and I mean that literally. Going to have a lot of fun with Righty and Kylie. Don't call him Kylie to his face. We call him the lie detector. Jeremy Kyle. We've already got some bonding weekends booked up. Me, Eamon Holmes, Righty, and Kylie. Some rock climbing events, PlayStation tournaments. Yeah, I'm going to say it. We're going to a Lappies. We're all going to a Lappies. Me, Eamon Holmes, Righty and Jeremy Kyle, we're all going to a lap dancing club to bond. Yeah? And do you know what? We're getting the notes from the management. They're paying for the private dances in a private booth. I, for one, cannot wait. It's going to be horny, not because they're there. It's going to be because of the lady dancers. But I'm not gonna. I'll wait until I get home. But it's gonna be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to it. It's a great time to be a listener. And it is a great time to be listening to this, the Late Night Alternative, Britain's most listened to late night phone-in radio show. Fun times ahead of us. Speaking of guys, here's Mark.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
I'm very, very well, Mark. Exciting times, exciting announcement. The future is here.
Nice. Listen, don't talk too much about your sexual preferences. I like guy, what's his name, James or something, will come on and call you a paedophile again.
Oh, yeah, was that guy? Was it? I don't know what his name was. It's Simon or something. He said I was a paedophile.
What
yes.
a knobhead.
All right, mate. Don't call me a knobhead. You're on my radio show.
No, sorry.
Oh, him, Steve.
Yeah, exactly. That bloke was knobhead.
Yeah,
sorry.
you're right. Yeah.
The reason I called you is a bit more of a sombre tone.
Okay.
Just that I called you about 2 or 3 months ago, and I was a little bit worse for wear.
Well, hang on. So you bored me, and now you're coming back to bore me again?
Yeah, pretty much. A little bit worse for wear. And the thing is that I just want to kind of say to everybody that's suffering from a little bit of kind of depression, mental health.
Yes.
Just honestly.
Man up! Put your socks up! Stop being a snowflake and get on with life. There are people worse off than you. Get on with your life. What have you got to be sad about?
Well, yeah, you could say that, but it just from my perspective, right? From a guy earning, I don't know, kind of just under £500,000 a year, high-paid job. Going through a divorce.
Hey, man.
I know you've been through it as well, bro.
I'm going through it. And I said yesterday, man, I don't know if you heard, I said yesterday, I finally managed to kind of, to work out, I feel like a failure. And I am a failure because I'm a failed husband because I couldn't make my, I couldn't make my marriage work. That's a failure. That's a failure.
No, Ian, listen.
Yes?
I've never felt so good in my life as I have in the first kind of, I don't know, year of my divorce, because I suppose it's a bit for you as well, that, you know, in that first instance, you can be you, and you can be you with your kids, and you can do what you want to do with your kids without any kind of influence from anybody else.
Well, we are not at that... Whoa, wait, Mark! Right, hang on a minute. Right, Jesus. Let me know when we've got the delay back up. Can you guys let me know when the delay is back up? Mark, man, come on. That's the third F-bomb we've had tonight. What is it? I'll put you back on in a second, Mark. Don't worry. I just got to do this. Apologies to the people watching. You won't have heard that on the radio, guys, because I pressed the dump button. Although the dump button didn't light up. Did it dump? It did. Okay. The dump button don't light up anymore. But you would have heard that on YouTube. Apologies for that. We like it's a late night show. It's a guy's show. We like a little bit of raunch, a little bit of blue language, but the F-bomb is not happening on this show. Okay. Go on, Mark, you're back. Go on. Watch yourself, son.
Hello.
Yes.
Sorry. All I'm saying is that, you know, when you get divorced, you have the opportunity to just do what you want to do,
But I consider that a failure. Because I entered... No, hang on a minute. Because you know, here's the thing. You're trying to generalise, I think, and I don't think you can generalise this. Because every situation, every divorce is different. But I did not enter my marriage hoping that 10 years down the line, we would be living in separate houses and, talking about money and stuff. I hoped that we would grow old together and we would spend the rest of our lives together. And that didn't work. Right? In that respect, I failed, and so I'm not gonna be able to celebrate the failure of a marriage.
Ian, so I agree with you, but if the failure is kind of like not your fault, so if the break is not your fault, and I don't know your circumstances,
it's mainly my fault.
It probably is, yeah. I agree.
But I cannot celebrate at the end of a love affair. I can't celebrate it. I can feel relief.
What you can do is embrace the opportunity to spend time with your children, doing things and experiencing things that you want to do. So, an example of that is when I separated from my wife and she left, I was left with the kids. I was going on like bike rides with them. I was taking them on adventure trails. I was doing all the things I wanted to do with them that I couldn't do when I was married. Just having fun and just experiencing things, you know. And it's divorce is never good. Divorce is never good for kids, and divorce is never good for anybody. But if the divorce is forced on you, and you're able to come out of divorce with, being able to enjoy your kids and being able to do the things you never did before, then it's got to be a good thing.
No, I don't see divorce as a good thing. I see that there are good aspects of it, and one has to make sure that you utilise those the freedoms that come. But no, I don't see it as a good. I do not see it as a good thing.
It's not a good thing.
But you just said it. You just said it's a good thing. You said it's a good thing. It's got to be a good thing. And when I disagree with it, now you're saying you don't think it's a good thing.
If divorce is kind of imposed on you. That's what I'm trying to say.
But that's your situation. You're telling me that your divorce was imposed on you. Okay, fine. Well, that's your situation. It's not my situation. And it's everyone's situation is different. Okay, so for you, it's a good thing. Okay, that's brilliant, man. And I'm really glad for you. For me, I don't think it is. You can't put me. You can't fit my situation into your situation. And I think that's what you're trying to do.
I agree. Horses, courses, for me, it was imposed upon me, and I've made the best of a bad situation. If you choose to do it, it comes down, honestly, Ian, to the whole kind of guilt thing. So, for instance, if you've cheated on your wife and you get divorced because of it, and the kids are separated because of it, then you kind of have this kind of guilt feeling of, like, I've caused the situation. Whereas, conversely, if it's put on you because the other person's done something bad, then...
Well, yeah, you keep going, that's your situation, yeah. I get that that's your situation.
No, both situations. I mean, it could be either.
Okay.
But the reason I called...
Yes?
The reason I called... is that, after the whole kind of divorce and all this bits and pieces, a lot of people find themselves in situations where after the divorce or after the court battles, everything, they find themselves in this kind of treadwater situation where they don't know, what's up, what down, where do I go from here? And I was in that situation. I really was. And, I thankfully my company helped me find the right help. And, I was able to access the right help and access the right therapists and, move forward from that. And it's been absolutely amazing.
Good.
And
I'm pleased for you. I can't afford a therapist at the moment because all my money has been sunk into a house. So I've stopped my therapy, but, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'm just very thankful and lucky that my company pays for it. And, it's, I suppose, the reason I called up was to say that anybody that's been through divorce and come out the other side and is feeling a bit of almost like PST, kind of post-traumatic stress syndrome.
Yes.
Don't deny it, right? Just go and see somebody, go and get help, and it really, really helps.
Okay. All right. Nice one, Mark. Thank you very much. I'm glad it's all working out for you. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
Oh.
Join the talk.
I was getting bored.
Pick up your phone and Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.
Your time is now, and every second counts. Register with the Open University today, and you'll soon see the difference. Pick up that pay rise before picking up your degree. Get that promotion before getting to graduation. Be your future self sooner with our career-boosting courses. Visit openuniversity.co.uk before time runs out. Registration closes the 13th of September. The Open University. What's stopping you?
Right now at Homebase, there's 3 for 2 on all paint and wood care. Hurry, offer ends soon. Homebase, always your home, always low prices. In-store only, cheapest item free, excludes clearance outlets.
Since our first car hit the road in 1898, Renault has
And there's
always
Amanda
used
on
the latest
Twitter fucking
innovations to
making
make driving more enjoyable.
judgments on my situation. Fuck off, Amanda. I know you say, well, you're not making a judgment. Well, why would you just send that tweet to me if you're not making a judgment?
With us. Visit your
Fuck
nearest
off.
Renault dealer between the 17th and 27th of August for an extra £500 off your new Renault. Test drive and order by October 1st and register by December 31st, 2018. Excludes Zoe and Renault Sport. Retail customers only at participating dealers. T's and C's apply. Visit Renault.co.uk/drive.
With Temps Recruitment, opportunity is closer than you think. It can take you to places you've always wanted to be, and it's around every corner. So if you're looking for your next permanent, temporary or contract opportunity, hop into one of our 200 local offices or search Per Temps online. Per Temps, the face of recruitment.
It's electric, it's eclectic, it's always rule-free. It's the late-night alternative with that man, Iain Lee.
On Talk Radio.
03444991000. And then I get people sending me tweets. Sending tweets to me. Because my name is at the start saying, well, I think sometimes people rush into divorce. Why don't people work a bit harder? Well, you're going to say that that's not a judgment on their situation, but you sent that message to me, so it can only be interpreted as a judgment on my situation. Get out of here, guys. You don't know nothing about the situation. Still, I got a farm out of it, although I had to shoot a cow in the head today. In a post office. Of all places. Oh yeah, more stories about Meghan Markle's dad in the papers today. I swear to God, he is going to be dead by Christmas. He will be dead by Christmas, and they'll make it look like I genuinely believe this, right? They will make it look like a suicide, or that he died of a heart attack. That's what they'll make it look like. Sad news, Meghan Markle's dad has killed himself today. Or Meghan Markle's dad has been found dead in his apartment. Looks like it was a heart attack. That's what it'll be. And Prince Philip will be running off, taking his gloves. I'm joking. But I genuinely think they're going to bump him off. They can't allow him to keep on doing that. They can't. It's the royal family. Can't allow him to do it. What have I got in here? This is a perennial. Every 3 months or so, you get a story about a woman breastfeeding and people going, "Oh man, it's disgusting. You just go and do it in the toilet." And Nick Ferrari gets a boner, and they have text votes and polls and phone in, and here's the thing, let women breastfeed anywhere they want, right? You were a baby once, dick. Let them breastfeed wherever they want. What's more than that? Would you want to have your lunch in the toilet, dirty boy? Let them breastfeed wherever they want, for God's sake. There is the only thing more natural than breastfeeding is the thing that the other 4 people were doing outside Cardiff Castle, making babies. Let them make babies wherever they want. A new mother was reduced to tears after a cafe customer told her she and her mammary brigade, the mammary brigade, were putting her off her tea cake. Would you like cream with that? Nikki Davis was relaxing with friends when she breastfed her hungry 8-week-old daughter in an Essex coffee shop. But the 32-year-old mother of little Dulcie became distressed when fellow diners scolded her for it, with one woman making the tea cake remark and telling her to feed her baby in the toilet. Go and eat your tea cake in the toilet, you horrible old bat. I'm assuming it's an old person. The mum from Lawford, that's not a place, who was with fellow new mothers she'd met at her National Childbirth Trust class. See, NCT we call it. Said she later overheard the same lady mock her and her pals by labelling the mammary brigade. These people are idiots, man. People are idiots. She said, "This was really distressing to hear and actually made me cry. I met 2 friends from my NCT class. We've all recently had By the way, those NCT classes are weird. We were with 4 other couples, 5 other couples, all lovely people. Anna I occasionally still speak to on Twitter. We moved away from the area, so don't speak. They're all lovely people. But it's people that you would never normally meet. So Anna tweets me from time to time. They had a very posh house, I remember that. First time I'd ever seen Apple TV was at her house. But that was when it was big, when it was a big box. Now it's like a... And you kind of... I don't remember how many... We met in a... It was like a Royal British Legion we met, or something. And it was cold. I remember that. It was really cold. It must have been November. October, November. And you do, like, weird role plays where you, like, sit in a chair. You do... It's like being at school in a drama club. It's the strangest thing. Oh, no, and Sarah. But my wife still keeps in touch with Sarah quite a lot, and her boy Arthur. They always get a bit embarrassed when they see me now, because divorced. So what are they going to say to me? What are these guys going to say to me? We've all recently had babies, so wanted to meet up to support each other at the cafe. I'm quoting this woman now. I then overheard a woman describe us as the Mammary Brigade and stated we were putting her off her tea cake. Get your tea cake and shove it up your jacksie! Shove that tea cake up your bum! Feeding a baby! She's literally feeding the future of this. I bet that tea cake lady voted Brexit. She's feeding a baby that's going to have to try and unpick all of the damage you've done to this country, you Brexit bumming tea cake loving idiot. Miss Davis confronted the customer in Mistley Place Cafe, but the woman refused to back down, adding that she found breastfeeding in public offensive. I just don't get it. Sometimes I find myself, when you do a 1,000-yard stare, you just sort of look in the distance, and then you realise you're staring at a woman breastfeeding a baby, and you kind of go, oh, yeah. And sometimes I struggle with where to look. Of course, you look in the eyes, but your brain doesn't always do that. You look in the eyes, but your brain wants to look down. Your head is going, don't look down, don't look down, don't look down. Ah. That's my problem. That's not their problem. Feed your babies wherever you want to feed your babies. Why is this even a thing? Miss Davis added that the incident has knocked her confidence as a new mum. I bet it has. She added, it really is difficult, which is why the UK has the lowest breastfeeding rates in the world. By the way, though, there are breastfeeding fascists, because our first baby, wouldn't latch on, as they say. And we were made to feel, my wife was made to feel like a bad mum, because the baby wouldn't breastfeed, just didn't want to do it. And no one said, we'll just use a bottle. It wasn't for ages. Someone said, well, why don't you use a bottle? Huh? Why don't you use a bottle? What? Peter Taylor, the owner of Mistley Place Park Cafe, said his customers were welcome to breastfeed as it's just a natural thing to do. Well done, Peter Taylor. It comes after a single mother, Sam Lucas, 33, was thrown out of the West End musical American Idiot at the Arts Theatre in central London for breastfeeding her 10-month-old daughter. What? Why would you take a baby to a Green Day musical? If you're allowed to take a baby to a Green Day musical, then you're allowed to breastfeed it. But the question is, are you allowed to take a baby to a Green Day musical? That seems odd, doesn't it? Another mother, Rosie Hughes, was left shocked after Costa Coffee staff allegedly told her to cover up while breastfeeding in Manchester, as it offended her. These people make me want to puke. I'm going to go and breastfeed them. Last 30 minutes of the show, 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
The big bald eagle of broadcasting is on Talk Radio.
Get him off. I'm not interested in listening to someone who's not going to listen.
The legendary James Whale.
Only a nutcase would come up with an idea like that.
The radio presenter who isn't afraid to tell you what to think.
I am sick of this. I think our speed limit on our motorways is far too low. It needs to be 80 miles an hour at least.
Cometh the hour. Cometh the Whale.
You can come on the air. You can have your say, because this is a free country at the moment.
The James Whale Show, tonight from 7 on Talk Radio. Experience the unconventional, the unpredictable, and the completely unorthodox.
Exactly.
With rule-free Iain Lee. The late night alternative with Iain Lee.
I've got no internet for the last 4 days.
On Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000. We would be doing Skype, but I left my computer at home. This has never happened. I left my computer at home. I arrived in town, and I couldn't believe it. Paul Young has told of how the impact of Gino DeCampo's 1998 burglary. That's right. Yeah, he was burgled by Gino DeCampo. Really hit home after he lost his wife Stacey. Oh. The TV chef raided the singer's house when he was 21, stealing items including his £4,000 guitar collection and a platinum disc for No Parley, I guess. I guess it was for No Parley. Great record. Great singer, Paul Young. While Paul got most of his stuff back, he never recovered music with precious memories of Stacey. Oh, this is a sad story. Oh, and she died. Look, and as he grieves for her following her death from brain cancer in January. Oh, man, Paul Young, I'm sorry, man. The pain of losing them is especially keen. That's an interesting turn of phrase, isn't it? The pain of losing them is especially keen. Asked how he feels about Gino now, Paul said, "It's hard to say, really. I've got mixed feelings about it. When Stacey went, there were certain bits of music I never got back. Let's say that, and that hurt me." Paul, 62. Paul Young is 62. Flippin' heck. That's old, man. He's 17 years older than me. Whereas Rees Mogg is 4 years older than me. Paul 62 added of the robbery, "I try to keep a light-hearted attitude on that. He gets enough stick on social networking. He doesn't need my help as well." Gino 42 was arrested after his DNA was found on a cigarette butt at Paul's house in Mill Hill, London. He was jailed for 2 years. Paul, who recently appeared on This Morning, where Gino is a regular feature, has previously revealed the chef called to apologise for the raid ahead of his turn on I'm a Celebrity in 2009. I didn't phone anybody up before and apologise. I haven't robbed anybody. And the pop star, who starts a tour next month, has publicly stated he forgives Gino. He said maybe he needed his wrist slapping, and he got that. He said he was in a terrible place and wanted to turn his life around. Paul, who married Stacey in 1987, said he is now trying to get used to his house feeling empty without her. Oh, that's sad, man. On the prospect of dating again, he said maybe, but I can't even think about that now. Who would ask a bloke whose wife died 6 months ago whether they're going to be dated? Why would you ask them that? Why would you ask them that? What an insensitive question. Paul's 35 years of No Parley tour starts in September. Ah, that's sad, man. You gotta love a bit of Paul Young. I always felt that Paul Young's voice was going to crack. He would go high and you just feel maybe it wasn't, get to where it was going to go. I don't know. An elderly driver caused rail chaos when she turned onto the tracks at a level crossing. Now, this reminds me, my friend Scott yesterday tweeted a picture of what do they call the canal boats? A barge, right? But on the back of the barge, welded to the barge, was a car. So it's like a barge, and on the back is a car. And it's like part of the barge. So what would that be for? That couldn't be for steering, could it? I can see it possibly powering it. You would hook up the engine to the steam paddle. I don't really know how barges work. I'm guessing it's steam paddle technology. I'm guessing the car is hooked up to the steam paddle that turns. I suppose you could steer with it. On the old the flapper, the flapper. I don't know any of these technical terms, but that's crazy. An elderly driver caused rail chaos when she turned onto the tracks at a level crossing. Mate, the Toyota driver came to a halt and was helped out of her car unharmed by emergency services. The incident shut a section of Newcastle's metro rail system for 3 hours while the car was removed. It had joined the tracks at a crossing at Kingston Park Station, then headed west towards Bankfoot and the airport. Passerby Nathan Richardson tweeted on Monday evening, "Load of police cars at KP Station, a car has driven up." Well, who cares what? He's got a picture. We've just read the story. We don't need to read Nathan Richardson's tweet, for crying out loud. Jeez, we just read the story. You know how it works, man. Stupid. So I've got 2 bookcases now. I bought one, was quite an expensive. One was one was like 100 odd quid from IKEA. And I paid a man to come and build it. I mean, they do this service, IKEA now. Would you like someone to come and build it for you? Huh? The desk and the bookcase, would you like someone to come and build it for you? Yes. £40. Okay. But then, because I'm skint now, and I can't afford a therapist at the moment. I can't afford anything. But I needed another bookcase. So I bought one on eBay, £31. And then I got paid about £40 because I had to pick it up. I don't think. So I've now filled both bookcases. And I say filled. Every horizontal space is filled. Every vertical space is filled. I've still got like 4 massive plastic boxes of books. The hell am I going to do? I can't just throw. Well, I'll go through them and see if there's any books I don't want. But I kind of did that when I packed them. And also, I know that I will chuck books away, and then 3 years later I go, oh, where's that? I did it. Right, ages ago. I was like, where's that Marvin Gaye biography? I fancy reading that again. I was looking for it, and I was looking for it, and I was looking for it, and then after about 3 hours, I remembered I'd taken it to a charity shop. Because I'd read it, and thought, well, I'm never going to want to read that Marvin Gaye biography again. And I wanted to read it again a few years later. So, it's just, life is hard, man. Life is hard. What are we going to do? A sci-fi fan. I hate sci-fi and I hate people who like sci-fi. Science fiction is... sci-fi is short for science fiction, and people who like it are sad cases. A science fiction fan... When you go and watch a documentary or a historical... go and watch a film where someone goes back in time to history days. Don't watch science fiction. Watch time travel. A science fiction fan felt out of this world when her boyfriend proposed 200 feet in the air with a specially designed crop circle. Thanks, Ashley. Ashley's listening. Ashley's not well. You get well. Varun Banot told girlfriend Anisha Seth, I like the name Anisha, it's a good name, Anisha, that they will be going up in a helicopter to celebrate his birthday. But she was shocked when they flew over a cornfield in Cheshire with the message, Anisha, marry me? Varuna spent 3 months asking farmers for permission to pull the romantic stunt. The 28-year-old said she was absolutely stunned. The pair celebrated with a picnic. Science fiction fans deserve everything they get. 03444991000. This is Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Talk Radio. For those about to talk, we salute you.
If you switch to Vodafone's unlimited fibre home broadband, you could be listening to this show on a Sonos Play 1. Or choose from a range of amazing tech products worth up to £199. And Vodafone Pay monthly customers can get super fast home broadband with guaranteed speeds for only £24 a month. But hurry, offer ends 3rd of September. The future is exciting. Ready? Vodafone. 18-month agreement subject to credit check, acceptance and availability. Tech offer valid for new or renewing customers. Terms and exclusions apply. Visit vodafone.co.uk/broadband.
At Wickes, right now, it's our biggest ever kitchen and bathroom summer sale. Explore the wide range of stunning styles and book your free design appointment at wickes.co.uk.
Become a local hero like Bill. He's an appliance engineer. He joined Local Heroes, an online service that matches customers with trusted traders, like plumbers, carpenters, roofers and more.
With Local Heroes, I'd take the jobs I want. There's no bidding, and it's free to join with no subscription fees.
And right now, we're on the lookout for more tradespeople. So there's never been a better time to join Local Heroes. Search Local Heroes and join thousands of trusted tradespeople.
It's arrived. The lads' camping weekend. Not glamping, oh no. Proper SAS stuff. And only a short 8-hour drive away. Sadly, the only entertainment is Steve's emo playlist.
Some mornings just call for a breakfast wrap. McDonald's. We make breakfast. Served before 10:30am.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
The incredible new sound of Talk Radio.
The no-nonsense breakfast with Julia Hartley-Brewer.
The biggest breaking news stories, headline-grabbing guests, and razor-sharp opinion.
Join me, Julia Hartley-Brewer, when I'll be turning up the heat every morning from 6:30 with an essential mix of straight-talking debate, heavyweight political guests, and fearless comments.
Waking up the nation with a brand new breakfast conversation.
The no-nonsense breakfast with Julia Hartley-Brewer.
This morning from 6:30
on Talk Radio.
The wild man of late-night radio.
The late-night alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
I don't think, there we go. I reckon if we get a wriggle on, we can finish this James Taylor book. I think we probably can. Hey, I went to this place today, this cafe near me, right? And I don't want to say the name of it because you'll know where my farm is, right? But actually, I don't know if we will finish it because it's quite a bit. But everything was served in a crepe. Everything was in crepes, right? Everything. I saw on the menu chili. It said chili. I was like, oh. So can I get the chili? She went, yeah, it comes in a crepe. What? And it was chili wrapped up in a little crepe. Am I saying crepe properly? Little crepe package. Everything came in crepes. It was weird. I mean, it was great. It was delicious. It was weird. Bought a lamp in a charity shop today. Didn't know that you could buy electrical goods in a charity shop. Bought a lamp for £4. Felt very chuffed. Before the crisis with Ben, so Paul Simon isn't in this book. James Taylor is still married to Carly Simon. Not for long. Before the crisis with Ben, Carly Simon had recorded her Come Upstairs album, from which came the million-selling Jessie, about a man she dreaded but needed coming back to her. In it, she admits, I've sunk so low, which seemed to say it all about her marriage, though she denied it was. Now, in late autumn, with Ben's recovery going well, that's their son, she hit the road, sapped from the stress and down to 114 pounds. She was on stage in Pittsburgh when she suffered an attack of acute cramping brought on by premature menstruation, sorry guys, and collapsed in front of a gasping audience. Taken off stage, she began to hemorrhage and was rushed to a doctor, whereupon she cancelled the rest of the tour. Incurring lawsuits by promoters, she held firm and would not tour again for another decade. You're so vain. Taylor came off the road to be with her, during which time they recorded the Sesame Street album. That's a classic I've not picked up yet. But it's on my list of must-haves. It's on my list of must-stream from YouTubes. But she believed their son's ordeal had actually pushed him further away. Such was his natural tendency to run from personal travail, normally into the pit of heroin. Don't do drugs. Don't do the Golden Brown. Songs about heroin, guys. Golden Brown, Stranglers. Another song about heroin. There She Goes by the Lars. There she goes, racing through my brain. Heroin. Another song about heroin. Who read must... Oh, Heroin by the Velvet Underground. She also believed that Walker was egging him on to leave her, conspiring with Trudy Taylor, who, as many mothers no doubt would, apparently blamed his son's famous wife for his deepening descent into drugs. Sheila Weller quotes an unnamed associate of James who believed that Trudy eventually ruined all her kids' marriages. She couldn't help it. I said unnamed wrong. She loved her kids too much. She was married to... By the way, 0344 499 1000. Call straight to air if you want, but I'm really digging this book, and I know you are as well. Trudy was going to do everything she could to save those kids of her. If so, it must have given more bite to Taylor's Oedipal assumptions about his relationship with his mother. Fed up, their arguing making the children cry, Carly Simon told him to leave. In turn, Simon just as brazenly stepped out on him, first with recording engineer Scott Litt, then inveterate womaniser John Travolta! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! People around the vineyard would see Simon literally dancing on tabletops with the much younger Saturday Night Fever and Grease star. Trying to uncover any bedsheet or cemetery plot, Ian Halperin's biography of Taylor claimed that Simon was also reported to be having a tryst. Carly Simon was reported to be having a tryst with Pablo Picasso? Which could only have happened had she been a necrophiliac. The artist died in 1973. Well, this has taken a weird turn, hasn't it? Just checking everyone on Twitter's enjoying this. Good. Such help, of course, Simon began some bizarre name-dropping to the media as well. For example, when she ran into Woody Allen, who lived next door in the vineyard with Mia Farrow, she told the press, "I'd give Woody just the tiniest little toot of cocaine to give him that extra confidence to be a great conversationalist." Such help, of course, was exactly the opposite of the vigilantly anti-drug pose she struck with her husband, and made her plaints about not doing drugs herself seem laugh-out-loud comical. Both Taylors were living large. I've got a caller. I'll take the calls. Put it back. Okay. We go. Yes, caller. What do you want? Yay, bottler. Both Taylors were living large, making the vineyard scene hobnobbing with their own cliques. In America, they say cliques. And some people over here say cliques, and I really want to grab them by the shoulders and scream in their face that it's not cliques, it's cliques! Makes me so angry. It's not cliques, it's cliques. Get it right. Hey, look, someone's just sending me a tweet telling me to F off. Wowzers. I'm not going to block them. Oh, someone's having a go at me. Oh, no, that's from ages ago. And within his crowd, Taylor's drinking had become as grave a problem as smack, something Simon hung on Belushi, who was seeing his career take a dive, and apparently needing to escape reality, constantly called Taylor to go carousing with him. Carousing with him. As a result, Taylor acknowledged around that time, "I don't have much moderation in my drinking. If I get intoxicated, I lose control. And I've sometimes made mistakes when I was too high that I deeply regret. I can get real sad thinking about things I've said to people and ways I've made people I love feel because I was so out of it." We should play a little bit of James Taylor in the background. That's what we'll, hang on a minute. I keep the click on. I like the click. What can I tell you? Let's get some James Taylor. So I like the click. You don't normally have it this loud, though, clicked in. Here's some James Taylor. Here we go. Should be James Taylor. And this is James Taylor. Should be James Taylor. Right. James Taylor in the back. This is nice. It's a nice chill night. Tell Paul if he wants to go home, I'll do this all night. This isn't James Taylor. No. This is Jem. Sorry. This should be James Taylor. Is this James Taylor? That's not James Taylor. Is it? Is that James Taylor? No, that's not James Taylor. James Taylor. No, that's definitely not James Taylor. There we go. Is this James Taylor? There we go. The guitar. That's the guitar. The legendary guitar, playing skills, vocal of James Taylor. Let me turn up a little bit so we can... Really creating a vibe tonight, guys. Really creating a vibe. I've sometimes made mistakes when I was too high that I deeply regret. I can get real sad thinking about things I've said to people and ways I've made people I love feel because I was so out of it. Simon, meanwhile... Let me play some Carly... I'm not going to play Carly Simon. That'll take ages to find. I don't know if I've got any. Simon, meanwhile, not denying her adultery, was acting like a schoolgirl around Travolta, openly speaking of his magical way of knowing when I'm in need. Sexy. She actually thought she might divorce Taylor and marry Travolta. Well, I think we all know why that wouldn't work. Before the latter walked away, and though Taylor had no right to object, he nonetheless felt humiliated by Simon's public exhibitions. Now he had reason to say that she was a bad influence on the kids. Oh, yes, man! And there was no reason why he should stop playing around. One night, he sauntered into the Manhattan nightclub Trax and announced, Jezebel kicked me out, so I'm up for grabs. Oh, for goodness sakes! I nearly did an F-bomb them. For the showbiz couple of the era, the glamour had long worn off. What were left were merely two broken people waiting for a merciful end. All during this unseemly soap opera, Taylor's work seemed almost an afterthought. Following the decent but too brief run of Flag and Up on the Roof... Hang on a minute. I might have to... I haven't got Up on the Roof on here. Can't play it. Following the decent but too brief run of Flag and Up on the Roof, CBS chose not to release any other singles, and Taylor went on his way toward irregular albums and appearances. He made another on Saturday Night Live's 100th show on March the 15th, 6 shows before the end of the original cast's run, singing 3 duets with Paul Simon. Paul Simon is in the book! I take back what I said, Paul Simon is in the book! He's actually in this book! Kathy's Clown, Sunny Skies and Take Me to the Mardi Gras. His first post-70s album... Come in, Paul! Let me just finish this paragraph. Sit down, turn his mic on, let me just finish this. His first post-70s album was still awaited, and when he got around to it in the early fall of 1980, it was more of a cudgel against Carly Simon. His title, Dad Loves His Work, a cheeky or just plain nasty riposte to what had been Simon's ultimatum to cut back on touring and spend more time at home. Those rock stars, those cocaine and heroin-fuelled rock stars in the 70s and 80s, Paul.
Curiously, though, hearing you read that reminded me that one of the many times my late Uncle Steve was in prison, he asked us, and we got him in, the cover. You weren't allowed records, and you were allowed radios without shortwave, no cassettes.
I know where you're going.
And he wanted the cover of No Secrets.
Yeah.
Because it's such a beautiful 70s, and she looks lovely on the cover, perfect 70s woman.
Hang on, is that the one where she's wearing the basque and the boots?
No, it's the one where she's quite casual, but she's got a kind of shaped top, and you can quite clearly see that her bosoms... No bra.
What's the one, because there's one where she's wearing just like a little black negligee, she's kneeling down and wearing black boots.
No, that was a copy of Razzle from 84.
Honestly, it's a great...
I think I've seen that one. I do love Carly Simon and James Taylor. I mean, what a voice.
Hey, Fred West.
Yes.
It's on the telling off James Taylor. That seems slightly inappropriate. Now, I'm going to find this Carly Simon album cover to show you, but,
that might be inappropriate as well. We're talking about Fred West.
One of the last time I saw my dad, he'd moved to Gloucester, and we hadn't seen each other for years, and he wasn't very well, so I went down and saw him. And he had to go off and get a mobility scooter. And he said, right, Ian, while I go and get the scooter, if you go down there, you'll see, where Fred West used to live.
Cromwell Road.
Exactly. Well, thanks, Dad.
We've got a, top filmmaker, producer, a guy called Paul Pender. He's in Edinburgh this week.
Yeah.
He's a Glaswegian, and I hadn't realised that Fred West spent some time in Glasgow.
Yeah.
He worked bizarrely as an ice cream man for Mr. Whippy, and he killed somebody there for the first time that's on record. He ran over at speed a 3-year-old boy.
Wow.
Who it's believed he enticed into his ice cream van. He used to take his poor daughter Anne-Marie with him in a wooden box to make it look safe in the van and invite young women in. He also worked for a while in an abattoir and had an allotment, and people there say the earth was always freshly turned. And he said to his 2 children, Anne-Marie and the son, at one time, I did terrible things in Glasgow. It all started there.
Yeah.
When he was there, it coincided with a serial killing spree around the Barrowland ballroom of a man called, well, they're known as Bible John, who used to talk to girls. So we're unpicking that rather grim, chilling mystery on the programme
Have you
tonight.
read that one of the worst books I've ever read in my life? And it was halfway through it and thinking, oh, God, I wish I hadn't picked this up. Like, is it Happy Like Murderers, the story about...
I've seen it. I've never read it. No, I try not to get too into that because I think it gets into your head if you're not careful.
Mate, that is a book that I would not recommend to anyone. It's horrendous. Playing Possum is the album cover.
Okay, I'll look at that after the...
You Google it on...
We're also marking a remarkable 60th birthday. We are crossing live to a Madonna boat party in New York. She's 60 today, of course.
Of
the big 6-0 from Edge.
Oh, and I forgot to say that yesterday, Wednesday, was the anniversary. Ringo tweeted it, the anniversary of the day he was invited to join the Beatles.
That's right, because we marked a couple of days before when Pete Best finally was told he was getting the tin tack. and he was performing with Rory Storm and the Hurricanes, and he had a 3-month contract, and he gave him 3 days' notice and walked out, and Rory apparently wasn't happy. So now, when you come crawling back, I'm not having you.
No one comes out of the Pete Best Ringo Starr story particularly well. It was miserably done. That's Paul Ross on at 1 o'clock. Sorry, I've got it freezing in here, Paul. I forgot to turn it up a little bit. I will turn it up as I leave.
As cold as Fred West's heart.
Thank you, Simon. Thank you, Hayley. Back tonight at 10. Until then, ta-ta.
Talk Radio.
Man alive,
Talk
right.
and entertainment across
Look, there's
the nation.
I mean, that's an album cover.
Give it some lift.
Oh, yeah, that was the one.
We don't do
There we go, then.
Perfect 70. It's just lovely, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Introducing the new Subway signature
Right, let me
loaded
log out
wraps.
of all of this.
Irresistibly smoky. Chipotle
How you doing, Paul? You alright?
steak and cheese. Juicy rotisserie style chicken Caesar. And meaty turkey bacon and guacamole.
Yeah, I always feel like I'm
Big
wasted a
wraps,
day when
big
actually
flavour.
it's
Bigger
alright to do
is
nothing.
better.
Subway, make it what you want. T's and C's apply. See in store for details.
Come on, log out.
Direct Line guarantees to beat any public liability insurance quote for the same cover. Can your insurance do that? Search Direct
Sorry,
Line
I've not
public
got my
liability
computer.
insurance.
I've
New customers only.
got to
Qualifying
log out of
criteria
this.
apply. Underwritten by UK Insurance Limited.
With Pertemps Recruitment, opportunity is closer than you think. It can take you to places you've always wanted.